Greetings, it's Monday, August the 24th. It's getting fucking hot out there. Anyway, the Church of What's Happening Now is brought to you by DraftKings. Download the app, bet when you want, where you want. You don't even have to leave your house. No more going to a fucking diner to meet a bookie who thinks he's Joey Monero. This week, you got UFC 8, Anthony Smith versus Alexander Rakic. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook now. All new users get a sign-up bonus of up to $1,000. DraftKings Sportsbook is legit. They're based right here in the U.S. Your money is secure. Deposit and take your money out anytime at your convenience. You follow what I'm saying to you? Now, do me a favor. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook right now. Use code CHURCH for limited time, just for the church family. All you motherfuckers get a sign-up bonus of $1,000, all right? I know everybody in this room could use $1,000. Stop fucking around and let's make some money this weekend. Didn't you hear me? You get $1,000 when you get DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code CHURCH. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. And here's the part the lawyers make me say, all right? You got to be 21 or older. Stop fucking around. New Jersey, Indiana, and Pennsylvania only. Deposit bonus requires a 25 times playthrough. Restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. You got a gambling problem? There's help. Call 1-800-GAMBLER, or if you're in Indiana, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT and tell them Uncle Joey sent you. But if you're still fucking gambling, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and let's make some money. Use code CHURCH. DraftKings right now, cocksucker. Download the app. It's Monday the 24th. Kick this fucking meal, Lee.
Oh, shit.
Here we go. Fucking today, all right?
No more
Here we go.
This is the year of the fucking soldier. We're going in like fucking Marines. You understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.
A beautiful motherfucking day to be alive, COVID or not. We were just talking about COVID and crabs, comparison to crabs. When I was a kid in the 70s, if you had crabs, people treated you the way you have COVID right now. Like,
you were in quarantine.
You weren't allowed to hang out with kids. You always had to wear a fucking hat or a hand net to school.
Wait, no, you mean lice.
Lice, whatever the fuck. Crabs, lice, they're cousins. It don't matter what. Crabs go to your dick and your asshole. Lice go to your hair. It's like two different cousins, right?
Bug science.
Did you ever get crabs, Jessimae? You ever get
no,
crabs?
I knock on wood. I've never had anything
That's
itchy
when you're
down there.
Dirty, filthy motherfucker.
There's still
give you some of
time.
your crabs.
There's still some time. It could be a sexy summer.
What's happening, beautiful?
How are you?
Looking good?
You are looking good. Look at those pearly whites you got going on.
You don't know what I had to fucking go through. And these aren't even the real ones. I get the caps put on the 18th.
Got a full, fresh smile.
What a fucking nightmare.
It's the worst.
Let me tell you something. In 2007, I quit doing cocaine.
And you haven't had coke since 2007.
And I fucking had, at that time, I wasn't even recurring. He would call me the day of, Greg Garcia would go, what are you doing this afternoon? Come to the set, we'll find something for you. That's how cool Greg Garcia was.
That's dope.
Like that. So one day I did a scene with Michael Rappaport.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And then one day I went in there and he's like, you're doing a scene where you want to light this guy on fire and all this shit. And
Tim Stack
light him on fire. And when the camera zoomed in on me, this tooth was already black and I saw it. And I'm like, holy shit, people going to know I'm a junkie. So I was like clean like 3 weeks. It was right around the holiday. And I had some tooth problem somewhere else and I went to fix it. And the guy goes, what are you going to do about that fucking tooth? But the guy was in Beverly Hills. He was one of those, a friend of mine.
Yeah.
You know, one of my.
Your hoity-toity.
Yeah. He's like, everybody
Bev
goes
Hills
there.
friends.
You know, John Travolta, everybody goes there. You walk in, it's a deuce. You know what I'm saying? Like, you walk in, it's a deuce. And then the dude had to send me around the block for something because he didn't do that. I don't do that procedure. You got to go around the corner. So anyway, to make a long story short, this fucking dude, it's like 23rd of December. And he goes, what are you going to do about that tooth? I go, I don't know. He goes, well, you can replace it. You could put a cap on it, and it costs you $3,000. And I go, listen, I just want to fucking whiten it out. And he goes, what do you got at the house? I go, $500. He goes, bring it to me tomorrow and come back in the morning.
I thought he meant got supplies. Like,
Yeah.
you could do it yourself. What do you have at the house? Do
What
you have
got
some
at the house?
whiteout?
What do you got? What do you got in
You
your
got a
pocket?
wrench and a whiteout. You could fix it.
So I gave him the small nickel, and he fixed it, and he told me, he goes, make sure you come back by February because it's not going to hold. Bitch, that
You
was
were gone.
13 years ago.
You were gone.
You underestimated your work. I even told that lady yesterday who did my teeth that the molars, I go, look at these. These are silver molars. These are from 97.
Damn.
87.
You got vintage.
The
vintage
day I
teeth.
kidnapped Bella, 1918, November 18th, 1987. I got those two silver
Mercury.
fillings. You know how
Yeah,
they
the
tell you,
mercury.
oh, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Suck my dick. I'm alive and they're still chomping.
You've been fine.
These molars go through anything.
You never said that before. So you went to the dentist the day you kidnapped
That
somebody?
morning at
He had
9 o'clock.
errands. He had errands. Kidnappers have errands, Lee.
I had shit on my
I can't
itinerary.
imagine that. Like,
Can you imagine
okay,
the
10 o'clock
checklist?
Dentist,
Dentist,
noon.
lifting
Yeah.
weights, one,
Get the
kidnap
rope.
Bella.
Get the bag. He had to go to Home Depot.
I called him last night, by the way. That's funny you guys brought him
The
up.
kidnappee.
Yeah, I called him last night.
Is he in
called-
Jersey?
No, he's in Albuquerque, but he's having a rough time. Tucson. He's having a bit of a rough time, so I got to reach out to him again.
It's so wild how life can come back around, and here you are being a shoulder for somebody whose shoulder you broke to kidnap.
No, he was a good guy always. He
Yeah.
was just a good guy at a bad place, just like
Yep.
me. We were just good guys at a
Yeah.
bad place that got taken there by a bad situation. And I always felt bad for him because I couldn't imagine what he went through. When you're in the trunk of a car for 3 hours, you don't know if you're going to die.
That would
You
be
don't know
the
if you're
most
gonna eat. You don't know
stressful
if you're
thing.
gonna-
And by
if
the
you're
way,
ever
every
gonna-
woman worries about
if you're
that.
ever going to smoke a cigarette again, I put myself in his shoes, for a little while. And then
Literally, because you took him off his feet
it was
before
crazy.
you put him in the
'cause I went
trunk.
to prison. I went to prison. I came out and I was like, well, I feel I don't give a fuck about him. And then it was shortly after that.
How old were you at the
The
time?
remorse. I was 25.
Oh, you're a kid. You have the remorse
You're watching
level's little.
movies, Nah, the remorse level was like, I just thought, the drugs. There was no
Yeah.
remorse. But years later, after I got into stand-up, I looked at it from his perspective,
Mm-hmm.
at what he went through. That's what I look at. Like right now, I'm concerned with what people are going through.
Do you think was it after you had Mercy?
What's that?
What, like, all this?
No, this was way before Mercy.
I was wondering if having
this was
a
like
child changed it.
94, 95. I really looked at what I had done, and I started thinking about him as a human being, and
Right.
thinking about like what I had done, what he had gone through.
Was there a pivotal point in your life where you started to think like that? Overall, where you started to have reflective
started
thoughts?
reaching out to him. I bumped into him. First off, I kidnapped him in 87. In 88, he put me in prison. And then in 91, no, I'm lying to you guys, like 92-ish, I bumped into him at a bar called Pearls
Wow.
on Pearl Street, and he was fucked up. And I said, what's going on? He's like, when did you get out? And I'm like, a long time ago. Where you been? He's like, fuck you, man. And I'm like, come here, talk to me. You got a gram of coke? He's like, yeah. I go, sell it to me. So he sold me the gram. I bought him a drink. I thought we were cool. And then I didn't see him again. And then he pops up on Facebook, and I reach out, and it's like 2 years ago, fuck yourself. We were cool. I bought you a drink. I apologized. What?
I apologized for kidnapping you.
You apologized.
I'm sorry. Did you really apologize to his face?
Yes, I did. I apologized to him on the phone. Then I got him to talk, and I go, would you mind calling into the podcast? It's one of the early episodes.
Holy
And I had him
fuck.
call into the podcast, and I explained to him how sorry I was. And then he came to one of my shows at the theater
I
in
remember
Tucson.
that. I remember the photo.
And we
That
took
was
a
a few years.
picture.
Was
Yeah.
it like
that
4 years ago?
Bro, all that shit bothers me. The
Yeah.
people who think that I turn those comedy stories into humor.
Yeah.
Because it's like watching
pain.
Scarface now.
Yeah.
When you watch Scarface now, you're laughing half the time. You're like, this is a fucking comedy.
It's outrageous.
And Goodfellas. It's
Right.
fucking hilarious.
Right.
The thought that we're eating dinner with your mother and there's a body in the trunk of the car.
Yeah, and they're taking their time.
Yeah, they're taking their time.
They're enjoying the
And
sauce.
Jimmy's hitting the ketchup. He's fucking, he's hitting the ketchup over the eggs. Just that thought right there should make you laugh if you have a sense of humor.
Yes.
If you have a sense of humor,
Yep.
that's a very funny fucking thing. You
Yes.
know? This when Tony Soprano would beat up his cousin at the bar when he couldn't get the phone right. and Tony started hitting them with the phone.
Yeah, that big-ass phone.
1,000 people who had an assistant that would beat on their assistant growing up. Like, whenever things got bad, where's that motherfucker at? And they just pound them to death. That's an old Jersey thing. Like, you always got the half-retarded kid that leeches onto you, and you give him a job because he's your cousin. He takes beatings once a month. He gets hit with everything. Hammers, fucking shovels, until you put him in the hospital, and the guy quits. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened on The Sopranos.
I guess I got it easy with the edibles.
Oh, yeah. I took care of you.
No hammers, no nothing.
Did you?
I guess.
Did you get it easy?
Compared to hammers.
He hammered you with edibles. It was just metaphorically. You're not on anything today, Lee?
No, it's just residual.
He's just put you in a consistent...
He hasn't done anything.
No, I'm fine.
A couple
He's
days.
changed your complete makeup
yeah.
into being constantly stoned.
There has to be some residuals left over.
Look,
Totally
let
residual.
me tell you something. You know, people are like, well, you're stopping the podcast. Lee, tell them about 5 years of this podcast. There was a period
What?
where it was 5 years that it wasn't even real.
I don't remember most of it.
Because
Lee'll
you're
tell you.
so stoned?
We were so out of it. Like, I've seen podcasts now that people like this. The podcast, he was slurring. We were eating.
Yeah, like 1,000 milligrams.
No, 2,000.
And it was, and what people didn't realize is it was starting for me at 9 a.m.
Right.
Like, for people to
You'd wake
understand,
up. Yeah, like
for
they
a
don't
guy
know your
like
morning
me-
cocktail.
Like, for a guy like me,
Yeah.
everybody knows the situation. I get up, I talk to my wife a little bit, I talk to the baby, I go in the computer room, I get a coffee.
Yep.
After that
Cuban
cup of
coffee.
After no.
No?
White
I thought
coffee.
you did your Cuban
There's
coffee.
there's a system. There's a system. You got to open up a white coffee.
Okay.
Like Starbucks. Hi. Oh, my God. The Starbucks line is so long today. I don't know what they're doing. It took 20 minutes to get my cappuccino ready. Because you're an asshole. I press a button. You know what I'm saying? I sit there in my kitchen. You're going to drive and get a coffee to wake you up. I'll hit somebody with the car if I drive to get a coffee. I ain't got time for that shit. It's like when you go to a hotel,
Used to.
on the road. Yeah. The first night I'm working that coffee pot.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's not strong enough. I'll
do.
put 2 ounces of water. I'll make that thing
Make an
strong
espresso.
enough to get the vapor pen going in the morning, so you don't have to run downstairs like an animal.
Yeah.
You can get up, go on the computer, listen to a little music, bang one out, and then you go down with appetite. You bring a joint down, you do your breakfast, you smoke a joint, you walk around the town for 10 minutes, and you go back upstairs and take a nap till 2 o'clock, and you lift weights.
Yeah.
That cup of coffee, I need it in my room.
Ready
I don't
to
want to go nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to go downstairs.
I travel with my own because I don't want to wait.
Yeah,
I bring my own.
When it comes to coffee, so I go in the bathroom. I have bought 3 or 4 bong rips
With in the bathroom with you.
after the first cup of American coffee.
Okay.
After the cup comes in, the fog comes out. The phone's already ringing. I
Right.
won't talk to nobody under that fog. I do call him to torment him under any condition. What are you doing? You can hear the phone waking up like, "Ooh, hello?
Yeah, are
And
you
he-
even up, Lee?
No, he's
During
never
this-
up, but
no,
he tries to straighten
to
up.
be fair, during this time when we were taking 2,000, he'd call me at 6 in the morning. I had a girl living with me at 6 in the morning. Hey, what are you doing? What do you mean, what am I doing?
I had a girl living with where in your basement locked up.
Yeah, but that's besides the point. But it's like every day, now it's turned to like 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and now it's late. There was a period of years where at 5 in the morning, what are you doing?
Well, I get up at 3 in the morning. I call him. I get up to pee and I can't fall asleep.
call
I
Lee?
call Lee and wake him up.
Lee, what are you going to do?
What's going on over there?
I'm gonna get a good night's sleep.
And sometimes he gets really high, and I know he's high.
In the morning at 6 a.m.?
No. Like
the
when
night
we leave
before.
here, like if we
Right,
do
right,
a
right.
7 o'clock podcast,
Yeah.
and I give him an edible before that, by 10 I know he's out of his mind. So by 12 I keep haunting him to get out of the office before he gets killed, because people are going to kill him. Close the door. But there's nights that the edible's over. Like the one day I get up,
Yeah.
there's no podcast. I call him. I go, "Where the fuck are you?" He goes, "I fell asleep in the office till 5."
I've done that like 3 or 4 times.
He just passes out.
I'm in this chair.
Yeah. I know. I've been here when it's happened.
And the lights are still on at 6 in the morning.
The door's open. Thank God somebody don't come in here and rape him. One morning he's going to call me. Some man just came in here and raped me, a homeless man. And he brought a friend. His name was Nick.
And we were doing this. So back to what you were saying, there was like 5 years or 4 years where it was 2 to 3 times a week, 2,000 milligrams, and then we would do this, and then I would put it up at night. It was crazy.
I don't know how you were able to
People
function.
have no realization that there was a period when we were at the office where we were eating whatever was given to us. Acid,
Oh, yeah.
boogaloo pills,
What are those?
who knows?
One time he told me he gave me
Don't
cat
ask.
tranquilizers.
Oh,
Cat tranquilizer.
yeah, we were taking everything. My wife went to the vet. She came home with little tranquilizers for Lulu. I clipped 2 of them. I gave one to Lee. I ate the other one.
What about the time you made me smoke your pee?
Oh, yeah. I was pissing, and my bud was in my pocket. And as I went to pee, the bud opened, and a bud fell into the pee. I took it out, and I put it to the side. I gave it like 3 weeks to dry. I brought it in here, rolled it up in a joint. And we were fucked
That's
up.
called cat scratch fever.
We were fucked up afterwards. He's like, man, I never smoked weed this strong because it's dipped in my piss. That's like 32% marijuana.
There's definitely marijuana
Like
in your
this,
piss.
yeah. Are you kidding me? You know how much THC there's in my piss? I would blow the circuit right now. I would blow, like people would die, like the levels. And I've been tame lately.
Have you?
Yeah. Like
Why so?
I could tell that I'm not smoking as much.
COVID? You worried about COVID?
No. I just a couple pipes here, those 3 in the morning.
Because you have like a morning situation.
I'm going to tell you something, man. The days of me getting super high are not. I got to clip an edible and then smoke like 20 bong hits, and then I get nice and baked.
Yeah. You're just not really feeling it right now.
I've been smoking since I was 12. I'm 57 years old. Even 30% weed gets me high in the morning. It doesn't take me to where it used to take me.
Are you feeling like, do you think there's going to be a day where you're stark sober?
If you know anything about me, I don't like the word sober.
Yeah.
If you were born sober or you're sober, I have nothing against you.
Right.
But I like AA and NA, I have nothing against those organizations. I think they're great organizations. But I feel that people toe the line a little too much, and you need to, when I had a friend in Boulder, a dear friend, but she was to the fucking end with that shit. Like, you can't put mercurochrome on me because it's got alcohol.
Oh, so she went to the way other side of
Right.
it.
Like, she was such a clean and sober person. She switched to tea because this has mercury from this, so it'll get me high. Like, there's people that are very concerned about that. In my world, sobriety was not doing pills or cocaine and drinking and get your dick sucked. That was the addiction.
Yeah.
When I do 2 lines, I'll do whatever you got. If I'm with you, I'll do whatever you got. You got sleeping pills, you got metamorphosis pills, you got period pills, let's snort them. I don't give a fuck. I was that kind of wild man when I partied. I don't give a fuck. So once I stopped getting high and all that, and all this weed started coming around, it's just a transfer of addiction.
Right.
But I've been smoking like this since I was 21. Remember, when I was 21 in Colorado, I was getting tremendous weed, and we were smoking it with a 3-foot bong in 12,000 feet of altitude.
Which is a totally different.
With ice cubes.
Yeah.
So my lungs are super lungs compared to other people. I lived in that altitude for 3 or 4 years. So people have to understand all those things. The reefer just doesn't. I just smoked the fucking 3 bowls here before you came. Nothing happens.
Yeah, it is interesting how you get tolerant to it.
You get tolerant to it. That's why I have to. When I go buy weed, I buy 3 different weeds.
What kinds? Like, what's your go-to?
I tell the guy, give me the 3 of them, then I'll see Satan. I want the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit.
Oh, see,
I want to avoid
the Son,
those
the Holy
weeds.
Spirit. All right? I want the 3 top ones.
I want the Mother, the Daughter, and the Holy Spirit.
If you
Those
got
are the
a
ones
weed,
I want.
and if you got a 22% weed that's just kicking like a mule too, give me that. Today, I got to go over there because the new pills coming out. Those pills that were 25 milligrams, they're coming out in hundreds. The whole package is going to be 1,000. Me and you, for the final
Merry
episode,
Christmas,
just going to open
Lee.
up a whole thing. And these motherfuckers are strong. And the shit I'm getting from ABX, that new shit that this right
Farmer
here,
and the Felon? Oh, no.
that
What is
shit
it?
there, they'll kill you.
What
They'll
is
kill
it?
you. You want one, Long Island? Okay, you sure?
Let me see.
This shit'll kill you.
ABX, is it a higher dosage?
No, ABX is oxygen with hash oil and Malukia sauce. It's my man Justin over at ABX.
Highly
Oh, they're the
potent
best.
distillate. Yeah, Justin's great.
Clean, Bobby.
Out of everything
Yeah.
we've taken,
Clean.
It's the
clean.
cleanest. They have the cleanest
2
stuff.
calories,
100 milligrams. He told me about this, that he was going to send it to you. He's like, I just sent him the greatest stuff. He's going to get shot to the moon.
No, but he sent me the 200s.
Oh, shit.
He's got 200s that aren't really 200. They're
oh,
like,
those are too. Oh, God damn it!
they're
No,
like
just
240.
you.
They're like 240.
Only lead to
That
one.
one's 100.
Oh, no, I know. And there's these special ones that came in. I've learned that if it doesn't come in a tube, I shouldn't take it.
No.
And dog, and even then, you have no idea the systems I have. People have no idea how I'll dose you. I'll dose you from all different directions.
There's no fucking
I'll
way.
dose. You're not safe around me.
I wouldn't survive.
Nobody's safe around me. I know tricks that'll fucking kill you.
I always bring my own supply when I come here because I know that shit.
You know that shit.
It's also COVID, but I know I'm not taking any candy from Uncle Joey.
No.
No. I know my limits, and I am a
and I ain't-
iota
I
of
ain't
your
mad at
tolerance.
yours. I ain't mad at you.
There was a time when we were eating all those edibles that my poops smelled like the gummies. We were eating that many gummies. It was the crazy.
Did your poop come out in the shape of a gummy?
But it was kind of had the consistency of it.
You're high until you shit in the morning.
Yeah.
Once you shit that gummy powder out and all the THC,
You feel
there's
clear.
you feel clear. You have to shit in the morning. That's what clears, and then you have to go for a little sweat.
Yes.
And my wife tells me, she goes, "Hey, you got to smell my laundry. All of it smells like marijuana.
Marijuana and
Jesus Christ,
sweat.
What do you do?" It's all, that's why I sweat. I sweat to get that weed juice
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, to be fair, he does. I don't know how.
So you could refill it. You have
no
to
idea.
sweat.
You do have to sweat. You have to get those toxins out. I do that every morning too.
You
I
have
wake
to
up,
sweat.
take
You're
a
up
cute
early
little
as
poop.
hell.
I'm up early as hell. Naturally, I
What
get up
time do
early.
you go to bed?
I mean, lately I've been going to bed at like 8:52 p.m.
Really?
Just putting myself in the bed
You
early.
still got the boyfriend?
No.
You got rid of what about the long distance one that flew
He
out?
was here, and I don't know what it is now. Quarantine fucks it all up, but it's all good. Yeah, but I've just been getting to bed early, just like kind of getting in there, and
Really?
Yeah.
52?
yeah,
me tell you
8:52,
something.
and then I wake up.
And I gotta
I don't
be
fall
honest
asleep
with
till like 10 or
I
11.
got to be honest with you, America and the rest of the world. I think when I move to Jersey, I'm going to go to. I think once this is all over, I'm going to 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
You want me to
10
tell you
o'clock's
why?
the perfect
I'm gonna tell you
time.
why? Because everything that happens in my life bad happens after 10 o'clock when I'm by myself. When I'm by myself, the other night, I don't want to say nothing. I didn't even want to tell Lee. The other night, I took away the albums. I had albums here. But before I cleaned the side out, I found a bunch of shit. I found old Stars of Death.
Oh
I
shit!
found a bag of weed, not the one you gave me. I found a bag of weed that somebody else brought me that was high quality. Los Gumis Hermanos.
Whoa!
And it was
They haven't been here for years.
it was brown. Like the
oh
weed
no!
was brown.
It
I
changed.
found mushrooms that had turned into dust.
They grew.
They were big fucking things. They were just dust. I threw everything away. And all that, I threw away a little pill pouch that somebody left me one day. They go, "Hey, I don't know if you eat these, but take these." And I was like, "I don't eat this shit." And there were like 2 Vikes and 4 of those crazy things. Not Oxycontins, the other ones that people eat.
Codone?
4 or 5.
Codone?
4 or 5 of them. So I find this, I throw them out. I throw everything out. I save the stars for me and Lee. And that night,
Lucky you, Lee.
me and Lee eat
Carpet
the stars.
stars.
A little bit of a buzz.
No, they were in a bag.
They were 2 years
Okay.
old. They were nice and expired. Perfect. You always want good
Yeah.
expired drugs. So as I'm leaving here, you're not going to believe this. Lee saw me do it. I looked down. I went like this, and I saw one of those pills. It wasn't the Vicodin. It was the circular one. And I go, you know what? What am I doing on a Monday night? It had to be 9:30. I popped the fucking thing.
Oh fuck!
I get in the car.
Oh Jesus!
You don't even want to know.
Oh my god!
You know how like when you have M&Ms and there's one left in the bag? He ate it like that. He saw it on the floor.
He saw me. He saw
and he
me.
just put it in his mouth.
I put it in my mouth because what are you doing with your life? I'm not doing nothing special.
like M&Ms.
This pill ain't gonna fucking kill me.
Lose your mind.
The guy who gave it to me is a good guy. I think I know what it is. It ain't
Manson
gonna
was a
kill me.
good guy.
It's probably like a pain pill or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Probably like a pain pill. I don't
You're
know
either
what
going
it
up or
is.
you're going down.
Oh my!
What did it do?
God.
Which way did you
and
go?
I had spray. I had the THC spray.
Oh,
That's
shit.
1,000 milligrams.
That goes right into your
Oh my
system.
God! Don't I know it? So I get home. I put my bookcase down. I kissed
Your
the bag.
bookcase?
You know, my little bag. My bag.
Your briefcase.
Whatever the fuck it is. My book bag down.
I was like, you took something that made you carry a whole book?
I put the book bag down, and then I fucking go. I wash my hands, wash my face, and I run to the back and I give the baby a kiss before she goes to bed. And as I'm kissing her, she's holding my hand, telling me all this shit, and I kiss her. I close the door. I wash my face. I brush my teeth. Whatever. I put my pajamas on. I went out to the living room and started talking to my wife. And in the middle of the conversation, like she was telling me all this shit we got to do for the move. And I went like this. I went like, shh. And next thing you know, I hear, okay, I'm going to sleep now. And I go, why? What happened? She goes, because you fell asleep. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you tonight. I go, I didn't fall asleep. I was just thinking hard, right? So
for 20 minutes.
We're talking
With
again.
my eyes closed and a deep, steady breath.
We're talking again, and again I pass out, and she's like, Joe Diaz, did you do edibles tonight? I go, I don't know. I did something. What are you bothering me for? Right? So we're watching some fucking movie, and I wake up like 3 a.m, tangled in the blankets. She's gone. I get up, dog, and I go right for the kitchen. I pull out the first thing of water, and I fucking guzzle it. I mean, till you hear the cracking.
Yeah.
Like it just went, like I sucked all the water out of it. Then I took another one, and then I made a ham and cheese sandwich. Then I made a
Nothing
salami
like a
and
late
cheese
night.
sandwich.
Oh my Lord. Couple double digit.
Then, I don't know what happened after that. I do not want to speculate. Right? I went into my office for a little while. I must have done something bad in there because there was 3 bags of potato chips and the next day and another can of dyed ginger ale. I must have went on a fucking tear, edible tear. And I fucking crawled into that bed like at 3 a.m. or something, 4 a.m. And all I remember is my daughter going, Daddy, I'm going to camp now. I love you. I was like, what? I take the mask off. I'm like, what? What's going on?
What, the nebulizer? What do you have?
I have a sleep apnea mask. So I'm like, what do you mean you're going to camp? What time is it? She's like, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock? What the fuck? And I got up. I go, honey, you let me sleep till 9 o'clock? And she goes, oh, you look so peaceful. And she goes, what happened in this kitchen last night? I found your hearing aid in the kitchen. The hearing aid was in the kitchen and the other one was still on my ear. I walked up looking for the hearing aid, walking around going, what the fuck is my world coming to? So I go in my room in the office and I'm like, where's the fucking garbage can? Where the fuck is the garbage can? I can't find my garbage can. I look underneath, there it is, filled to the top. I get these little lobster sandwiches and they come with a little bag of chips. When you go to the
Where the
thing.
fuck do you get lobster
The lobster
sandwich?
truck. The little
Like lobster rolls?
I had them a year. This was a year ago, these chips.
Wait, do you mean chips or like the crackers, like the oyster crackers? Okay.
The chips. They were in like a little bag.
I
3
want a
of them were
lobster
empty.
roll.
Upside down, there was fucking the CBD chocolate bar.
Gone.
Remember the CBD chocolate bar? I gave you one?
Yeah.
It was good, too.
It was.
It was good. I ate that. I went nuts that fucking night.
That shit
I
made
was-
you
I
hungry
was
as
like, what?
fuck.
And then my wife brought the hearing aid in. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Was it covered in
happened?
ham and cheese?
Oh, my God. It was so embarrassing.
When was this?
This is Monday night. So,
Well, there was a time that he would get high on edibles and eat edibles for Munchies. Like he would eat another cookie because I'm hungry.
That's my worst nightmare.
that's what I would do.
My worst nightmare. I can't eat
People have
weed.
no idea how many liver cleans I've done.
Liver cleans.
Like you take a pill to clean your
Oh,
liver
okay,
and
yeah, yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Like I've done all that stuff. Because I had to order all that stuff online.
Does that really work?
When we started detoxing, yeah, I had it.
No one ever told me about it.
Yeah.
gotta look
You need a
online.
detox, Lee.
Yeah.
You need a detox.
I do.
They need to hang him upside down and drip him out in the sun for like a
You
month.
do need to be
Like one of those
trained.
fucking, like one of those gyro things that you see at the gyro thing. They gotta
Or like
hang
a
him up
chicken in the
sun.
backyard to drain the blood.
Oh my God!
You
He's
need to
gone
start
through,
anew.
He's gone through 8 years. I told him, Lee, go home. I'm going to Milwaukee. Trust me, Lee. You need 3 months with mom. Psychological evaluation.
I am.
Where are you going to go?
I'm going to Milwaukee for a month, but then I'm going to go home to split the time between Boston, and then when it gets too cold, I'll go to Florida.
Wow.
You're not leaving your mom. You're shoveling the fucking thing for your mom.
Are you gonna stay
You're
with
staying
your mom?
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm going to shovel it until I have to, and then I'm going to pay someone. She's not shoveling.
No,
Yeah, you can't have her shovel. How old is she?
She'd kill me if I told her. She's old enough.
It's none of
82.
your business.
Yeah. No, not 82.
Yes, of course. No, she's young. She's young. She still
That's
works.
good.
I
Yeah,
think she
spend
still
some time
works,
with
right?
her.
Oh yeah, no,
She still works.
She's fine. I just don't want her to
She's sharp
shovel.
as a tack.
Yeah,
She's
I
an
don't blame
attorney.
you. She's an attorney.
Yeah.
What type of law?
Real estate.
Oh damn, good for her.
Yeah.
Smart bitch.
I
I'm
know.
sorry, I didn't mean to call your mom a bitch, but
No, she'd like that one.
Now, you were
She
thinking of going to Syracuse for a couple months?
I'm gonna go for a little bit. Yeah, to see my family. It's been the longest time since I've seen them.
You're not
Usually I'm
doing
home
nothing
like every
here.
couple
You're not
months.
doing nothing
I know.
here, Jessimae.
I know.
All you ladies that live alone, worry the fuck out.
That's why I have 3 dogs.
They're not gonna do nothing. What's going on now?
It's so bad where I live. When it started, when
Are
the
you in
quarantine.
Venice?
I'm in Marina, which is
bad
right. I
down
mean,
there?
How is it? How is
well,
it?
like when the quarantine started, once in a while I'd see like a meth mattress outside of where I live. Like a homeless dude who comes, sets up a mattress outside, and then the next day he'd pack up and leave. Like that was like inconsistent. Would happen once in a while, and then the beginning of quarantine, I saw a tent pop up, and I was like, that's not good. And then like a week later, there were 2, and then it just grew. Now there's like 17 tents alongside my building where I live, and I've seen them shoot into their stomach. I've seen them jerk off. My neighbor saw them jerk off. We've seen them. They've shot off fireworks. One of them had like an automatic gun, like a AK-17 around his back. I've never witnessed anything like this with my own 2 eyes. And I've lived in New York in the worst neighborhoods. This is worse than any neighborhood I've ever lived in my life.
And for everyone listening, Marina Del Rey is like a very nice area.
It's a very nice area, and the rent is very expensive, and it is just, I call it Kid Row. It's like mini Skid Row. It literally is just, it's changed, and it doesn't feel good as a woman. Like, you're right, like, to walk down, even with my dogs, they're still talking to me and trying to, like, get me to communicate with them. It doesn't feel good. It's like a feeling of
When
unrest.
Kate Quigley told me she went to get groceries, and that's the first time she's ever felt scared in Koreatown. And as she pulled in the house, a guy was coming at her on a bicycle naked with a Fidel Castro mask on. When I see a guy on a bicycle naked with a Fidel Castro mask on,
It was me
you
filming
go
my next
upstairs,
video.
you call Uber, and you tell him, how much shit can I put in that fucking Uber X? Because you're taking me to fucking the airport or the destination. Now everybody's kept. When you came in, you said the same thing. There was 2 reasons why I want to end the podcast. I want Lee to go on his own and do his own thing. That's number
that's
one.
selfless.
I'm
That's
gonna
really
miss
nice.
him. I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make him move to Jersey for 2 days a week and no comedy.
Yeah.
Once comedy starts up, he wants to come down to Jersey. Come down to Jersey. We'll get you a fucking nice apartment close by. It's cheap. You go to the beach and get some sun. There's Jews. What the first thing they told me about my neighborhood is go for the bagels. That's the best bagels in the state.
Really? Well, the first thing he told me that made me want to go there is the drive-through Carvel nearby.
Yeah.
Oh my god, a drive-through one.
You need to do a commercial for them.
Bro, he would just have a little cart at that point.
Yeah.
A little motorized cart with
Yeah.
a little Chinese guy pushing him. And he's like, mush. He's whipping him backwards and shit, like with a whip backwards, and the Chinese guy's pushing him.
You've got your own like
But-
little freezer on the cart.
That's it.
But it was so crazy how people have gotten to all these conclusions. They're leaving because of this. Joey's under there.
Oh yeah.
Listen, I'm leaving because my daughter's self-defense school got broken into last night on Riverside and Coldwater, one of the busiest streets. I'm leaving because I saw a guy get hit not even a mile from here with an axe handle. He hit 3 people in the head. A woman with an axe handle who was just waiting for a bus.
Oh my
I'm
god.
leaving here because there was shots fired on Magnolia and Lancashire a week and a half ago. I'm leaving here because comedy is closed till West
TBD.
Hollywood is going to be the last thing to open, okay?
Yep.
I'm leaving here because taxes are going to skyrocket in January. It's already predicted. Not that I make $1 million, but if you make $1 million, they're going to tax you heavy duty.
You don't have to make that much to be in the tax bracket
they're
where you get
defunding the
fucked.
police. I spoke to my friend that her business got broken into.
What type of business?
Self-defense. They broke
this
in
is
and took
what-
the
okay.
bags and shit, whatever. Listen, it took her an hour to get somebody on 911.
Oh my gosh.
So, do you understand what part we're getting to here, ladies and gentlemen? Nobody's leaving. I'm starting to leave, but it's not because I'm evading somebody or the Cubans are coming or there's allegations. I'm leaving here because this place is not safe for us anymore.
Yeah, you said where you're going.
You said that to me like months ago. You're like, you got to keep an eye on what's going on.
Keep an eye on what's going on. Look at your neighborhood. Before you go home, take a ride around your block. See how many people are parked in cars lately.
So,
just sitting there.
Someone was in
what
a
are they
parked
waiting
car
for?
in my
What are they waiting for? Lee Harvey Oswald?
all day long.
What are they waiting for? Yeah. What the fuck are they waiting for?
Yeah, what are they doing? There's so many people in
Kennedy
cars.
in the neighborhood? Everybody's waiting for Kennedy to come down there.
They're all watching people. They're waiting to rob.
I don't. This is not. If we're talking to you, 3 Californians here. The other day we were just laughing. Me and Lee were just laughing about something, and he goes, "I can't wait to leave the drag racing." That same night, there was a drag race in Hollywood where they killed a 16-year-old girl with a shootout at the end of the thing in Hollywood and Vine. If you go to Hollywood and Vine, there's a big flower thing. They shot a 16-year-old girl there 2 weeks ago because the streets are so empty. They're drag racing on them. Now, you know me, guys. I've been to Harlem to cop at 4 in the morning. I'm used to this. I'm a thief. I know the movement. I know the walk. I know when I see 4 guys in a car, they're not going to a church meeting at 12 o'clock circling Lancashire.
Yeah.
Okay? They're not going to a church meeting. We live in the valley for a reason. The other day, I went to donate books, and on my daughter's school, they were painting MS-13 tagged the school. Colfax. The park where I take my daughter, a guy was walking his dog at 2 in the morning. 4 men came out of a car and jumped him and beat him. So do you understand where I'm going with this? We're going somewhere into September, October that's not going to be good here in California, whatever you guys may think.
Why do you think?
Rogan's leaving because of Spotify, whatever. Theo's leaving because we see the writing on the wall.
That's what I was going to say. Like, why? Where do you think it's headed? Like, and why do you think L.A., it's happening in L.A. the way it is?
First off, it's been very quiet in L.A. lately. It's been very quiet lately. They're trying to push the Colorado thing.
What do you mean?
Those dumb fucks that pulled the whole black family out, African-American family, and handcuffed them because they were driving.
And they were in a minivan.
Yeah,
it wasn't even...
you know, they're dying to start a fucking war. They're dying to start a war. And, you know, whoever the outlets keep pushing it to see if it catches fire. It's not really going nowhere yet. But what's happening in Portland, what's happening in Seattle, it doesn't take a fucking guy with a genie ball to tell you that it's going to sell in Los Angeles. It's been too quiet.
Yeah.
So we got September, October, and then we got election month, which is going to be hell. And then we got after the election to see who wins.
I mean, who the fuck? It's like...
And then when they put them on the podium, how many
Are
people
we in
are
a
going to
dream?
be? So no matter who wins, there's going to be voter fraud. No matter who wins, there's going to be this. There's going to be a lot of problems. Do I see us getting shot or anything like that? No.
Well,
but with the home burglaries and the $2,400 removed from people, you're going to see people from other neighborhoods
start to get real desperate.
Coming into desperate neighborhoods.
Yep.
That's what we do. I did it when I was a kid. When you want money, you go to a rich neighborhood and look around. Somebody leaves their garage door
They need to
open.
get some shit.
You know, this is what happens. I'm not leaving here. I feel bad enough leaving. I'm not a quitter.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about a 7-year-old girl. I'm thinking about a girl that they wanted to sit in her house from 9 to 2 a.m., 2 in the afternoon on a computer. That's fucking, 30 hours a week on a computer on top of TV.
Yeah, I mean, where does that? How does that develop a child properly?
Now, if you drive up and down Colfax, there's 3 fucking schools. Look at the amount of property on that thing. I see 1,000 6-man tents. I see 1,000 of those tents.
They're growing. It's like there's
teachers,
skid rows
3
everywhere
tents.
now.
No. I'm talking about for kids.
Oh, what?
For kids, put them outside. They got all that property on Colfax.
Oh, I see.
Go
what
to
you're
Colfax,
saying.
North Hollywood High. How can you not have school?
Yep.
These kids have to have school. It's part of their social development.
Yeah, they need to.
Part of their social development. Okay, high school kids don't need it as much. They can come in on Mondays. They come in on Mondays, get their assignment, they're self-taught, their parents, they're involved. When you're in the 2nd grade, you're just looking at a computer screen. I also see cartoons on a computer screen. So I want some semblance. Before I moved, I made sure that school district was going to open, at least have a hybrid.
Something where there's like something other than a screen for the children.
2 days a week. They got to see other kids. We'll get them involved in sporting
it's vital
events
for their
or whatever.
development.
But no, this shit I went through, March, April, May, and June, I don't want to wish it on her again.
And how
unless
did it-
you lived in my eyes, I saw it affect a
That's what I was
little
going to say.
girl.
How did it affect her to be like restrained and not have?
It affected her because when you're 6 and 7 and 5, believe it or not, you have your own language. Kids of that age have their own language. When you talk to Mercy, she's great. She's a great little girl. But after 10 minutes, you want to stab yourself in the eye. 'Cause you don't know what the
That's
fuck.
pretty standard.
You don't know what the fuck she's saying. I love her to death. She's my daughter. You don't know what the fuck she's talking about. You know, she's watching Bait Club now on Netflix. Don't catch that ear beating from her. That's an hour ear beating in the car. But she's my daughter. I yes her to death. I look her in the eye. We make eye contact. And I give her opportunity to speak. But when you see him with a girl her age, like when we meet on the weekends with other parents and you see them talking, you go. Because me and you could be talking, and they're talking, and they're having their own conversation
Understanding each other.
underneath ours, and we don't hear what. So they need each other.
They
you
do.
need to see other kids struggle. Those, and it was hell on me and my wife.
I think we all need it too.
My wife is
Yes.
49. I told him a couple of weeks ago I did not want to go down and do Ryan Sickler's, and I went down there and I've lost 10 pounds, like on my shoulders.
Because you
Because
vented.
I'm getting used to this. Like
Yeah.
right now, this wouldn't have happened. 3 weeks ago, I would have told her, take her home. But I'm getting used to it. I'm up
Yep.
to 4. I'm up to 4. I'm okay. I'm getting better.
I'm the same way.
You know,
Like I started to
that
allow.
shit that you allow and things, as long as you got the mask on,
Yep.
everybody's got
and
a
you know
mask
people
on.
been staying
We're cool.
home.
You don't need, bro, listen, they didn't need to open up the fucking bars.
Why are we? That's what I don't get. Like, why are we opening? Let's just chill.
Let's just chill.
Just chill the fuck
Right now.
out.
You don't
Really
need to
stay
go to a bar.
home. I got a bar at my house. I got wine in my house.
Buy a fucking thing, get a little makeshift patio.
You got to go to the bar
invite
so
your
bad.
friend over, yeah.
What the
Bars
fuck?
are like COVID fucking developmental deals.
It is.
It's like where COVID goes to grow. Is a
Signs
fucking
a contract.
Dark alcohol. There's no social distancing.
People are screaming. There's
yeah,
spit.
there's no social distancing
none.
because once there's alcohol involved, you forget.
You're doing
We
shots.
we have a hard time social distancing, even when we're sober.
Yep. Add alcohol, and you're right. You start
With
kissing
alcohol, we
neighbors.
start hugging, kissing. Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of my face. So
It's a
for
bad
right
recipe.
Now, for right now, I just don't see California just for what our needs are. For what our needs are, first off, I think the East Coast is going to open up before California.
I think they will.
They took
too.
it seriously.
Yeah, they
took
did.
it.
They shut it the fuck down.
I think you're not going to be allowed to do things indoors, though. I think that's going to still.
We like the dining and all of that. Well, we should. Well, let's just. Let's get a real take on it and shut it all down and just wait until everyone's like, okay, we're good. We can go back.
And it's not just California. There was a big article about how a lot of millennials are leaving cities now. Like, even before this, there's just too many people in this one area. It has nothing to do with California's part of it, but there's just too many people. here.
It's way too concentrated.
You need to move to a place where you have a yard and your daughter can play out in the yard and not have to worry about wearing a
What
mask.
I got a house for here in New Jersey, and what I got, and first of all, I couldn't get a house for what I paid for here.
No.
Not even close. For what I paid for here, I could get like a fancy apartment.
Yep. And then you mentioned
That's
the
the truth.
LAxes. You're right. The taxes
The
are going to go
truth. That's the
through the roof.
That's the truth. I want a yard for my daughter. In L.A., in New Jersey, the city taxes go to the school.
That makes sense.
And so the schools, that's why the schools are so on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Here, you go to public school and they dollar you to death.
Yeah, they don't
If
even
you
have
think
pencils.
I dollar you to death on Patreon, go to my daughter's school. Go to my daughter's school. Koufax, they're dollaring you to death. There's no school. And I get emails that they're doing eBays and shit like that over there. Don't forget.
What do you mean eBay?
Yeah, like they email you with like they send you messages like we're doing the school. The only thing they're worried about at Koufax is the World Fair. That's their big money maker and donations. From day one, I told my wife, "What's the minimum donation? That's all we give them. Don't give them dick because Bert Kreischer's kids went there, and I already got the lessons and the beating from them. They learned the hard way that while you're there, you're giving 20s. Everybody's your friend. Once you stop duking the 20s, it's like cocaine. Everybody goes away. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Once you stop
brutal.
sucking dick, nobody wants to be your friend.
It's fucking
when you're giving
terrible.
blowjobs out, everybody comes over. Hey, you want to come home for Thanksgiving? You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing in that world. They live off the Gitas. Every time you go to that fucking school, it's a new program. It's a new donation. So I used to call the bitch Dollar to Death. Dollar to Death.
How was their performance? How were their students? Like, was it?
The school was good, but I thought it was overrated for what all these Gentiles, for what they raved about the school. First off, when I walked into the school, I'm like, I don't know who went here first, Abe Lincoln or fucking George Washington, because this school is old. And then one day we were trick-or-treating, and the guy across the street from the school was giving my daughter an ear beating. He's like,
What?
Yeah, because my daughter knocked on his door, and he's like, before I give you a piece of candy, I have to tell you a story and tell you some history. I don't know if you know this, but I've lived here all my life. The guy was like 60. He's like, in fact, I went to that grammar school, Colfax Elementary, where you go. And my daughter's like, just give me the candy.
Twix.
And the guy just
I
cracked.
mean, what the fuck?
The guy just cracked. The guy just cracked. He just cracked.
Is that the guy with the cones?
Yeah, he's got one cone. That fucking moron.
Does he wear a cone?
No, there's a guy. There's guys in that. There's for some people, everybody in that block thinks that they should have a cone in front of their house. So he puts a cone in front of his house for his parking spot.
Like an orange construction cone?
So
I've seen that in neighborhoods.
I'll run that motherfucker over. But there's a guy 3 doors down that has 3 cones and a sign. You don't know how many times I've gone out for a ride at night. I'll pull over, I'll smoke a joint, I'll eat 2 edibles, and I'll bring water with me, and I'll start talking to somebody, and all of a sudden that edible hits me, and I'll just go by Lee's to check on Lee. I check on Lee 2-3 times a night. You don't even know, just in case I see somebody in his alleyway, or I see
You
Lee.
do?
Yeah, I check by. If I know where you live and you live by me, I'll go by your house every night. That's
really
where I was.
sweet,
Yeah,
Lee.
that's how I was.
He's a good guy.
I also go by Bert Kreischer's house. I make a U-turn. And you're not supposed to make a left on Bert's. Go see how many. I make left. People beep at me. Bam! You're not supposed to make a left.
Like I'm checking on my friend.
I do what I want. All right.
my dick.
This is my fucking neighborhood. I do what the fuck I want. I'm the community help here. I got my own bums. I got 2 black bums I got on 20s. Every time they see me, I got one black dude, 6'6", 280, homeless, takes a shower whenever I give him a 20.
I had a couple guys like that in Harlem. I paid them to keep an eye on my car.
I even told him what my daughter looks like. I go, you see my daughter? Anybody, you break them in half. You got it, sir. I even told her where she goes to school. I caught him walking one day by the school. That's how good of a fucking guy he is.
Yeah,
homeless black
give him
dude.
that money.
His hair is ratted up, but every time I see him, I duke him a 20. Everybody's giving him a quarter. What are you going to do with a quarter? What are you going to do with a quarter? Nothing.
You can't get the good crack.
You can't
with
even
the
get
quarter.
a fucking wing.
No.
You can't even get one of those fucking fucking
You can't
Taliban
get anything.
wings
You can't get candy.
at 7-Eleven.
Can't
No,
get
I
shit.
take care of my community. In here, this is me. These 4 blocks here, this is me. I love it. When the COVID showed up, I bought a box of masks for the neighborhood. Did they put them on? No, they told me to go fuck myself. Except for my neighbors next door. Everybody else, with kids and everything, told me to go fuck myself.
Wow.
I was driving one day. I saw a woman from my neighborhood running. I actually pulled up next to her to give her a mask. She fucking looked at me like I was giving her a fucking, like I showed her my dick. And I'm like, this is why I got to leave here.
There is no community really.
I'm the community.
Yep.
I'm the only community guy, you know.
We've come away from that sort of
I'm so
existence.
pissed. Look, like my friend is becoming a cop.
How old?
He's a young man, beautiful, tough as nails, jiu-jitsu kid. Went to North Hollywood High, the whole thing. He just became a cop. Guess where they're sending him for his first assignment? To the mental institution, to go down there and get shit thrown at him. He's got to wear long sleeves and a shirt.
Where is that? Where's in
Downtown.
Okay.
They call it something. There's a name for it. The
was gonna
Twin
say.
Towers. And it's,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's where he's going. Oh,
that's where he's
Do
going.
you know it, Lee?
It has a reputation. It's like the L.A. County Jail or something.
Right. It's
Yeah.
horrible when he goes there. Me, the kid that's from the neighborhood, make him walk the beat up here. See, we
Yeah.
don't have beat cops no more. Vinny would love to walk the beat around here. Make him walk the beat from Lancashire and Victory to Lancashire and Toowoomba, back and forth. And then the cop gives him a ride every time he sees him. So you in your mind know that there's a cop going to come here every 20 minutes. When we were kids, the other day I reposted a picture of a cop on Facebook. It was his RIP that he died. I forget what his real name was, but we called him the quarterback from the Giants, Phil Simms. He looked just like Phil Simms, so we called him Phil Simms. He would get pissed off. Let me tell you a little story about Phil Simms. And people from my neighborhood that listen to this podcast, I'll tell you this. You know, Phil Simms fought 2 of my friends while he was on duty.
The football player or the cop?
The cop.
Okay.
He would tell him, you want to fuck with me? Take his badge off. He'd take his belt off, have his partner hold it. He fought 2 of my friends, that Phil. And afterward, they shook hands and put their belts on. And
Respected him.
And that's what cops are supposed, because this is what's missing right now. We have no cops.
There's
in
no
our
respect.
communities
There's no mutual
to be
respect.
friends with them. We don't know them. So if you become a cop and you're from the Bronx and you become a cop, why would I put you in New Jersey? I'll put you in the Bronx, in your neighborhood.
Right.
Because, listen, if you grew up knowing that Joey and Lee are gay and every week they get drunk and beat each other up, it's just a part of growing up.
Yep, it is. It's
What are
just
you going to do?
normalized.
You're going to come over there and arrest them both every time?
Right.
So if Vinny gets the call, he's going to come over and say, Joey, stop beating up on Lee. Lee, toughen up. Will you? And stop drinking.
And
You know?
that color isn't good for you. You need a different rouge.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for your skin tone.
Like all that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
all these people who grew up in the community, they know the community. So if they know that Jessimae takes medication, all of a sudden I get a call that there's a blonde woman at 7-Eleven naked saying, I want dick, you know. And you
that's
think
a
it's Jessimae.
Tuesday for me in
I'll
quarantine.
run down there and go, Jessimae, before they shoot you and arrest you. I know where to take you. I know what you need. I grew up with you. That's what I'm talking about. Number 2, they got to put more PALs in.
Yeah.
Police Athletic League.
They
Let the
really
cops
do.
orientate themselves with children. That helped me a ton when I was
Mm-hmm.
a kid. It helped you take the fear away from children, from the cops. You could talk to them. They took you to the police station once a month. They fingerprinted you. They let you shoot a 22.
Yeah.
And then they give you the target to take home.
We had officer friendly as a
Yeah.
kid. You'd come talk to the
Yeah.
school, answer questions.
They don't want to do that. Here
Officer
they do
Rocky,
that Starbucks on
Yeah.
Thursdays between 1 and 3. They send 2 good-looking rookies.
LA is lacking the community feel for sure. Those communities exist in America.
That's why I'm leaving.
Yep. I get that.
I've had enough of this. I've had enough of having holidays with 4 people.
Yeah, it's just so everyone's
You know,
an island
I've had
here.
enough of having holidays with poor fucking orphans.
Yep.
People who don't want to go home or can't go home. They'd rather go home in February.
Yep.
I'm sick and tired of just nothing changes here.
Right. The cost to chase your dreams is
it's
lonely.
beautiful here. You know what? I did my time.
Yep.
I don't regret a dime of it. I don't regret
The people you met.
No, I was at the store. I had a great time. And it's just time to be smart enough. I'd rather leave here. I'd rather walk out than leave here on my fucking knees.
Yeah, you're Seinfelding it.
Okay? I'd rather walk out of this motherfucker than leave out of here
Than
on my
have to
fucking
go.
knees. Okay?
Yep, you're making the choice.
You know, right now with a podcast, we have a podcast that we're limited guests. Mm-hmm. We're limited guests because people ain't flying in no more.
Nope.
I can't get an offer to come in. I can't. We're limiting guests now. How long will this be the normal? I mean, we all enjoy our guests, but we're not getting the quality of guests we were getting.
Yeah.
Like, I had a phenomenal April setup. I had the guy who got beat up in The Godfather coming in. I had David Provalk. I had a bunch of hitters coming in. Went down the tubes. They're all old. They're scared to fucking see everybody. Chong. I lost a bunch of fucking guests. So that's getting kind of old. There was just a lot of things. My life was getting monotonous, and I didn't realize it until I went to New York last year for the Soprano movie.
That's when that's when it hit you.
That's when it hit
Yep,
me.
I remember talking about that with you.
And I was like, what am I doing here?
Well, one of the things that you've always said, even just about the podcast, is that you have to evolve. Like, we've had a few different versions of the podcast. So eventually, you got to evolve and change your location or change something.
You know,
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's Joe Rogan. He's done what he's done. I wish him a lot of luck. But everything that goes up must come down. And that's
Yep.
for Tom Segura's. That's for mine. That's for Bert's. That's for all this stuff is eventually going to go down. Listen, you know what? We've been in the top 40 for 8 fucking years.
That's a fucking success.
I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
I'm very proud
Considering
of that.
all the podcasts
And
are.
I'd rather walk out on my feet than crawl out of here on my fucking knees.
Do you think you'll come back one day? Or you
I
going
don't
with the
know
flow
what
right
I want
now?
to do. Like, I already got one idiot who hit me in New York. I had a conversation with Gomez the other day. That was possibly the best conversation I've had with a comic in a long
Louis?
time. Because
Yeah.
He called me to ask me if I was moving to Jersey, where I was moving from, and it was 20 minutes from his house. And he goes, how old is your daughter? And I go, 7. He goes, my
He's
son's
got a
7.
kid. Yep.
And he goes, they could play together. And I'm like, great. And I got off the phone. I'm like, that was a great conversation because he wasn't calling me to ask me when I was going to do Skanks
Yeah.
or what I'm
It
going
was
to
just
do.
about your life.
Jimmy's radio or this. I'm not doing any of that shit off the bat. I just did a podcast for 8 years.
I think it's smart.
I'm not doing anything for at least a month. We're going to wrap this up probably on the 15th, 16th. Hopefully the 15th. We'll clean this fucking dump up.
You're going to give me one of your records.
Huh?
I said you're going to give me one of your records.
You can take whatever the fuck you want. And we're out of here. That's it. And then if he tells me he wants to come to New York and do comedy, if he's got a reason to come down there, but to come down there twice a week for this, it's not working anymore. I can't make him change his life for 2 days a week to go to some part of New Jersey that he's never been in,
Right.
that he doesn't know if he even likes for no reason. You know, let's let him go back, settle down. I want him to look at that microphone and say, you know what, I miss doing a podcast. I want to do it on this. I want to do it on that. Whatever the fuck he wants to do. And I got the same option. But for right now, I'm really happy. I'm really happy that I'm just getting out of here.
And for the right reasons. And I think the sign of Lewis mentioning something about family is just an indication that you're following it.
That was it.
He's moving to Jersey too, he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He moved that's what I just said. Yeah.
Okay.
He called me to tell me he was moving to Jersey. He heard from Ari that I was moving to Jersey, where I was moving, because he's close with his kid.
Yep.
I'm 0.3 of a mile from my man Jimmy Florentine.
I opened for Jim years ago at Levity Live.
So-
years ago.
You know, I have nothing to complain about. Am I going to go into the city and do spots? No.
Are you somebody like at this point in your life, like we were talking about an outlet, you know, like before we started recording, like what my next outlet is because of stand up, like do you feel like you're going to need or desire an outlet because you're not touring, doing stand up, the video movie productions halted in the podcast?
I didn't want, first of all, movies and all that shit's done. I'm shooting this Soprano and I'm going out of Soprano.
Yeah.
Let's go out on that too.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one to go out. Yeah.
Why ruin it? What am I going to do? Some stupid show on NBC?
You could play my dad
You know,
in a movie.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's something really strong, I got a call for something I can't release. But if it comes through, yes, I'll do it. But besides that, I'm just doing The Sopranos and I'm with that.
Yeah.
In April or May, when comedy comes back legitimately, not under a tent, I got to be Johnny
Or on the back
Circus
of a fucking
of a
pickup.
fucking restaurant.
Of an old Ford pickup.
I'm not doing that. I did comedy for 29 years. I have some sort of respect for myself and some sort of respect for comedy. And I have respect for human beings. It's not a good time to have people in bunches. You need happiness, go shoot heroin, okay? You want happiness?
I'll remember that when I'm
go
home.
to a fucking go to a Chinese place and have them. They're not even open. You can't even get your dick
No.
sucked. Can't even get your dick sucked.
You
know, I feel bad.
can't.
All those Chinese hand job places are closed.
They're shut. They're doing house.
Even
They're
they're
doing
closed?
house calls.
The other day,
They're doing house calls.
when I went to the dentist, I drove by one that I heard is one of the nastiest ones of all time.
Like
There's one on
filthy.
Laurel Canyon that's supposed to be like they're fucking real Asian, like kidnapped.
Oh,
Like,
good.
they cry
That's
when you
good.
fuck them and
Oh
all that
wow.
stuff. Like,
So good quality.
They talking Chinese.
Jesus Christ.
They give you pieces of paper, sneak me out, call my
what?
cousin. Yeah. Call my cousin and shit.
I thought you said
There's
call
one
Mike
on Laurel
Tyson.
Canyon. I'm not going to tell you who told me. He went there one day and he said it was fucking creepy that they take you in the back and there's like a lock and key and you open it and there's like it just smells like fucking soy sauce and it's just like 20 girls in lingerie locked in there with no window.
No.
Bro, just waiting there. And he goes, Joey, it was one uglier than the other. This was the ugly
That's
shit.
what he was worried about? The attractiveness of the sex
So he said
trafficked
he got like a brown
Asian
liquor
teenagers?
one that was Thai because he likes Thai food. He said he got like a Thai one. And her nipples were really hard. And her pussy was... I mean, he told me the whole thing. He's disgusting, this guy. But he told me that's where it was. And it's hidden. It's behind...
I'm shook.
They hide it behind a chiropractic place.
You mean to tell me people in this city, like people who are like established and can do something, don't know about that? Like,
This is all
they
through
all
North
know.
Hollywood. And
Everyone
Van Nuys
knows.
Boulevard. Lee told me that on Van Nuys Boulevard, there's hookers. I've heard from other men who tell me that Van Nuys, they have those places, and they're worked by Cuban chicks.
Sex trafficked?
Sex trafficked Cuban chicks.
I mean, they get them in and they groom them when they're young.
They groom.
And some of them are still young. I realize everyone has their own individual struggles. There's a lot of societal stress and all this shit that's going on. But like that, to me, that is a huge fucking problem that we should be. The sex trafficking that goes on domestically in this country.
Houston, Texas, the capital.
What are you going to pull out?
Is this a frequent flyer?
This is my spot. I've been going to the Hung Foot Spa for 10 years. I got a punch card, okay?
But before you judge him, Jessimae, he took me there. It's a legit place.
I know it is. I know, because this motherfucker doesn't mess around when it comes. Let me see this.
Let me tell you something. I'm pissed because I'm close to one free punch card, and they closed down. You understand where I live? I got one more fucking. The next time I go in there, it's free. And they closed down that week.
Oh.
That's beautiful.
Can you fucking believe
if
that?
If that's not a metaphor for life, I don't know what it is.
I was going in there every other week.
I want to see it.
The John Foot. Now, let me explain something to you. I don't know if you know this about me, Jessimae. I got to be honest with you. I don't like people touching me. I don't like women touching me.
You don't?
I don't listen.
I never realized that.
Yeah, if I have like a neck thing, I don't mind you coming over and going, Joey, what's going on? But you called me Joey. Right. You know me.
Right.
I don't like people touching my back. Like, I don't like people. If I don't know, like if you told
even professionally?
Like if you had a husband and you told me you did massages, I would go to you.
Yes. I get that.
I would feel better if you had a husband.
I would too.
I would feel a lot better if you had a husband.
You would too.
I don't want you to be single, and I got to know your husband. Because like I could compare notes with your husband. He'll tell her to rub your back. Tell her to stick her knuckle in your asshole. She's great at it. Women who do massages. I was friends with one in Aspen, and he used to tell me what to tell her to do. That's her specialty. Tell her to stick her hand under your armpit. She would. I used to box them and do lat pull downs. So she would do something with her fingers that your whole body would just vibrate. So husbands know what their women do. Mm-hmm. So, but I don't know anybody. I went to that fucking that massage place one time. It was the worst. The worst massage.
Envy.
Oh, it's. Are you kidding?
Utterly horrible.
It's terrible.
Horrible. Somebody gave me a gift card.
It's so
and
bad.
I went out of respect. I said, let me go. They gave me the gift card. They worked really hard for it. I didn't even take the massage. I took the stretch out. The one where they stretch you out.
Yeah, and slip your discs.
Horrible.
I've gone 2 or 3 times and it's never been
a ball
good.
on my feet and rub my foot with a ball. First of all, you're getting that fungi toenail all over your hand. My feet, I don't need that. You got now. This place, before I found this place, somebody told me about another place. And I went in there, and the first time the chick gave me a massage, it was kind of cool, but not really.
What do you mean, like, was she going, like, scooching near your taint? Like, trying to get, was it like one of those spots?
I don't like when you lay down on the table. I don't like none of that shit.
What were you supposed to do, stand up?
At Jung Fung, you put your feet up on the couch. They have a TV.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
They put your feet in hot water. They do your shoulders, your biceps, your hands.
So you like to be comfortable sitting. You don't want to feel like in a vulnerable position.
I don't want to sit in a vulnerable position where
it.
I'm like this, and all of a sudden you're sticking a pipe in my ass. You never know. A fucking sword. You never know. Chinese people, they might get mad about something and stick a sword up your ass.
What massage envies have you been to?
I just listen. I don't like massages.
He doesn't like taking chances.
I don't like massages. I don't like none of that shit.
But is it? See, I feel the same way. I get massages. I used to get massages all the time because all the traveling that we do. And I went to this Thai spot. Thai massage is where it's at, where they get up and they put their feet into your soul.
Right. That's down there. That's next to Brett School.
You get some real
that's next to
older
Brett
Asian
School.
women. They really
step on
know.
you?
Yeah.
Oh, and these women are so strong. They have like hands like Gianelli sausages. Their fingers are so thick and strong, and they get into muscles you didn't even know you had, and they pull you back, and things are cracking.
The one thing that was nice that one time, remember we had a sponsor, Zeal, and they came to my house. That was. I don't really have that many massage experiences, but that was kind of nice.
That was nice.
It's gotta hurt a little.
Oh, I don't.
It needs to like a
I want it to hurt
little
a
bit of
bit.
pain.
See, that's why I need.
Yeah, he yelled at me because I said, "Ow."
When I go, I go.
I need a
listen,
little pain.
I used to always get the chick. There's guys and men.
You gotta get
But
women.
they had a woman that was like an Olympic lifter. She was stronger than death. And she was a sweetheart. And you know what she charges? It was a $20 hour for the happy hour.
$20?
$25 for happy hour from 12 to 3.
Happy hour?
And I would tip her a 20.
What else would you get?
That's it. Just
Wow.
your feet.
Is
which
there
is the
anything
most
better than a fucking foot
from
massage?
the knees down. From the knees down. And then she would stick a stick into your bones in your feet. And your whole body would just fucking tremble. And then she does your shoulders, your neck, your eyes, your
And
skull.
you ever have a bitch get in your eye socket?
$25.
Lee,
$25.
I've never had that.
I don't even know if
So
I can see your eye socket.
I would call her. I would call and see when she was ready. The call was hilarious. Hello. I forget what her name was. I had to write it down. She's a sweetheart.
You're like, you got the sticks?
Me
I'm
and my
coming in,
wife-
sugar.
me
Get
and
the
my-
sticks ready.
Me and my wife used to double date. Jesse.
Oh,
Me and my wife on Friday nights would go on dates. We'd bring sweatpants with us. We'd go to a nice restaurant, like
I
a
love
sushi
this.
place, and then we'd come to the office. We'd switch, and we'd go over there with shorts on instead of going home because then we're gonna fuck with Mercy up. And we'd sit next to each other, hold hands, and I'd get a chick, she'd get a chick, and we'd just sit there next to each other at night.
that's adorable.
And the place would be packed because they were open till 10. So we would go back about 8:30. We'd do the hour long. And then we'd go
Yeah.
home at 10 feeling like a fucking doctor.
Yeah, you have to go to those spots. Those spots
Go home,
that are
give mama a
not.
stabbing after that. Shit.
Give
I ain't paying a massage.
You're all loose
if I'm not loosening that fucking monkey up. You know what I'm saying?
with your massage
and that's
cock.
what these guys don't understand. You take a woman on a first date to a Chinese massage place like that.
Ooh, you're gonna get
She's
the kitty.
sucking your dick,
Yes,
and everybody takes them
yes.
for flowers and
No, fuck
dinner.
that.
Fuck that. We're going for a massage. And you tell them right now, you don't. Anyway, I don't want to bring it up. You don't.
What?
You got to be decent. You got to say to them, "I'm going to take you to a surprise. Bring sweatpants."
Yeah, that's what
You know.
he called me up one day. He's like, "Wear shorts. Be downstairs in 5 minutes."
Yeah, because he wouldn't do it. He was scared. He was like, "Where are we going?" Where
How
you
good
taking me?"
was it?
It was pretty.
It's good.
It was.
It's
pretty
very good. It's
That's one of
very
my
good.
favorite- I miss
love
that.
it. I do it. I was doing it every other week.
I was doing it,
It was
probably
like
a couple
my.
times
It was
a month.
like my thing.
Me too.
Twice a month. It's my little thing on
Yes.
Sundays when my
Yes,
daughter
I would do it on
was in
Sundays.
church. When they would go to church at 12, I'd zip over there and I'd sit with her and she'd fucking take it all out of me. She would stand on me because then you pay. Then I started paying $40 for 45 minutes.
It's worth it.
Come on,
It's the
massage
best money
is
you
like
could spend.
fucking $80, $90.
It's trash.
It's 40.
And they're just petting you
I
with
would
feathers.
give her a $40 tip. Mm-hmm. And she would get on top of me. I would hear bones breaking, fucking neck breaking. She would pull my neck out. Then she would do your ears.
Your ears.
She does your ears.
Your
Guys,
scalp.
you can't even imagine.
You
This is the
can't
shit I'm going to
imagine.
miss. When they closed, and then they opened up for about 2 weeks. When it was level 3,
Yes, yep.
before the shutdown, they
Mine did
opened
too.
up. But,
Just save it. You'll be back for something.
huh?
You'll be back eventually
You should
for a
save
gig or
it.
something.
No, I'm not coming.
He's never
back.
coming back.
I'm not
Lee.
coming back.
He's fucking done. You're gonna be in Minneapolis, growing weed in your backyard. That's it. You're gonna live a happy life.
Oh, is there? No, I'm only going there for a month.
Okay. Well, you say that now. You never know. What
You know
if
what
you
I
meet
feel
a
like I'm
nice
doing?
lady?
I'm semi-retiring.
That's great.
That's what I'm doing. Because even when comedy comes back, I'm going to start in Jersey.
And you're gonna go easy.
And I'm going to work myself outward. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do everything I can that I could drive to first.
That's smart.
Providence, Boston.
Providence is great.
I'll go back to the clubs.
Where do you play in
know.
Providence?
The only club up there, that
Yeah.
club. That's
Comedy Connection.
Comedy Connection. Corey, he does
It's a
it
fucking
right.
great club.
It is a great club.
perfect.
It's such a beautiful city.
It's just perfect for COVID, too. It's too small in there.
too small.
So they got to get it off. For all the smaller clubs, I can't wait.
He's doing outside stuff.
He's doing outside, though.
Yep.
He's great.
Yep,
Him,
he
the
is.
Stand.
Stand, yeah.
Governors in Long Island is doing
Yes.
outside. There's a lot of guys doing it outside. You know what my problem is? So, it's not even COVID anymore. It's what joke you might say.
What's the first? What do you start with?
No. It's not even about material. It's I'm very scared that Lee might go up on stage and say I'm a Jewish, and somebody might go, fuck you, you fucking Jew, as a joke, and then somebody might go, fuck you, I'm Jewish, and then they throw bottles. You know, what if Felipe goes on stage and he goes, you know the funny thing about white people, fool? And all of a sudden the white guy gets up.
Oh, you're saying it's that.
We're that sensitive right now. We are to a point right now where I can't, you know, what's going to happen is you're a sweet girl, Jessimae.
Thank you.
And you have a
I'm a true
roommate, or
bitch.
she's your friend.
This is Debbie. She works with me, and she's a friend.
What you do is one night, you know, she's going through hell. You've never hung out with her before.
Mm-hmm.
She's the girl next door.
Right.
She's the girl next door, and you've seen that she's been kind of down lately, and you take her to a club, but you've never seen her drink.
Right.
She has 3 drinks, and all of a sudden, calm Debbie becomes fucking
Devil.
Woo! Ah!
Is this going to happen, Deb?
Yeah! Leonard Skinner! You know, one of those jerk-offs. So you take her to a comedy show, and at the comedy show, she starts acting this way. And what do you do now? And now there's an argument. That's what's going to happen. People are going to take people. You ever do New Year's? Why does New Year's suck?
Why do we have to be on stage?
Because people who go to comedy shows on New Year's,
they don't know how to act.
Go to comedy
no,
shows.
they don't go out.
So they go as a present.
Yep.
I got you tickets for Lice. He's so funny. Oh my God. And you're like, I just want to be home and watch Dick Clark with his deformed fucking head.
I want to be home and feel like a human.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be, you know, so they go to these things.
His deformed head.
Yeah, they don't.
He does have a deformed.
Before he died, his head was a little fucked up.
It was a little upside.
A little fucked up. I ain't saying nothing bad about nobody.
He's a good man. God rest his soul, but it was a little
upside. I gotta start the new year off looking at a fucked up head. You know what I'm saying? That's what I need. Thank God they got rid of Kathy Griffin too, that dumb bitch. I don't want her and the other commie bastard. CNN fucking Jim.
Anderson Cooper?
Yeah, that fucking commie fuck.
CNN
He's
Jim?
a closet Scientologist, that motherfucker. Over there fucking playing the drums at Scientology. He just won't sign up. You know what I'm saying?
I can't breathe.
Fucking people. And while we're fucking taking statues down at Columbus, I was telling what's his name last night. Everybody white's taking statues down at Columbus. How about giving Dracula his props? Dracula was originally gay. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Dracula was gay originally.
Pansexual.
When Dracula came out, he was, that's right.
Yeah.
He fucked men,
everything.
Women, and
wolves.
Trans. And wolves. They fucked everything. White people got a hold of him, and he only fucks women and bites women in the neck.
Yep, makes it for their comfort.
No. That's why you never get bit by a fag, because when you have the fuck...
You haven't been to West Hollywood enough.
They'll bite you, but if a fag bites you, how do you loosen them? You have to stick a finger up their ass, just like the pit bull. That's why that's where they came from that. They said when a pit bull bites you, how do you make him let loose? You have to stick 2 fingers up his ass.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
I'll have to remember
Where do you think they copied that from?
I'll have to remember.
Gay men, when they bite you and they're going at it, you never seen a gay dentist? Have you ever seen a gay dentist? Never.
My dentist is gay.
Is he? I never seen a gay dentist because they don't need a dentist because they brush with cock. You understand me? When you brush with cock, that's the best fluoride right there. You never seen a gay man with bad teeth, right?
I've seen a couple.
How does that relate to Dracula?
I don't know.
We're gonna get back there. He'll bring it back.
I'm just pissed
Let
off
him bring
about.
it-
I'm just pissed off about Dracula. And they took Dracula away from the gay people.
Because people have to. It's the
bullshit.
depiction. People
Give
have
Dracula
to make
back to
his
gay
dick.
people.
He needs his dick. Give Dracula dick.
Nobody would win.
Dracula needs his cock. We should go protest.
I'm telling you, that's
outside.
give Dracula back to the gay people.
Give
Dracula
a cock.
belonged to gay people, and white people stole him from the gay people, like they stole
Everything.
California from the Mexicans.
Yes, everything. But it's true. But people depict they take what the truth is and then they put it through their
You think about
system
you
and they make it comfortable.
You think
for
about
them.
your motherfucker was busting out a cape
Yeah, and
in
eye
1920.
makeup.
Transylvania, eye makeup.
He had contour.
He was the first cool gay
He
motherfucker.
had jewelry.
He figured it out. He's like,
And he
you
had
know what?
money.
I'm going to wear a cape. I'm going to go and show these regular gay motherfuckers how to do it up and shit.
He had outfits. He wore purple.
He wore purple. He only came out at midnight.
Came out at night
And
looking
he-
fresh.
And he had to go down by 6 o'clock. And what makes him go away?
Garlic.
That's right. You
Garlic.
ever smell your balls? What do
like
they smell
garlic.
like at 6 in the morning? Garlic.
Yeah.
That's why you leave.
You think that's a coincidence?
That's why women
Lee?
fucking leave, because
We get
your
that
balls
garlic
smell
cloud.
like
We're
garlic.
out. We're done.
Guys, when he was talking about those 6 a.m. phone calls, this is what he would tell me at 6 a.m. All of his theories.
Oh my god. I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more.
Wait, am I the only one who took an edible?
What?
Am I the only one who took an edible?
No, I took one before.
Okay.
I took some garlic pills too. I got a fart coming out pretty soon. I mix it with. I got a fart. I got garlic pills mixed with kombucha juice.
Oh Jesus!
What's gonna come out of my ass is gonna be
It's
pure
gonna be
fucking.
brutal.
It's gonna smell like one of those guys that sells those steaks on the stick in New York. You ever smell those? They sell that fucking Slovakia on the stick.
Yes.
They use
Meat
hummus.
on a stick.
Yeah, they use hummus for fucking deodorant.
When you talk about nut smell, hummus. Some of
I
your
hate
dudes' nuts smell like hummus in the wee hours.
Not my dudes, because I
the
wash
old
my
chickpeas.
balls. Dog, I had to stop taking these vitamins.
Which vitamins?
I'm gonna admit to you guys what happened.
Your
Do
nuts
not be mad
swole
at me.
up.
No,
You took hummus vitamins?
no hummus vitamins.
Your
What is
cum
fucking wrong
started to
with you?
taste like it.
No,
We're
I
trying
don't
to
taste
guess.
my cum. Okay, that's fucking disgusting. I tasted it when I was 13,
Just once?
and that was enough. Just once. I wanted
Okay.
to see what all the fuss was about. I just took a little taste, and I had that little chlorine taste to it. That's when I was 13. It was still good chlorine.
It was
now
concentrated.
it's not even chlorine. Now chlorine can't save the taste.
Well, now
of
it's
it.
in Lee's weed,
Oh,
apparently.
it smells terrible. But,
No, he didn't come on it. He peed on it.
well,
I fucking
that's what he said.
I started taking multivitamins. A friend of mine gave me these multivitamins. I started taking these peas that smelled so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I could wear a pair of shorts for 2 hours. 2 hours, like 6 to 8, and go home. And the next day, I was like, it got to the point where I would drive and I could smell my dick, the piss in my shorts. I was like, I can't believe. And then my wife said something to me. She's like, what the fuck is coming out of your piss that it smells so bad? I would piss, leave the bathroom, and go back to wash my hands because I forgot. And I'd go, this smells terrible. My piss was coming out this weird form of yellow. These vitamins were fucking me up. And then I started taking bloody shits. I took like 2 of them that I would shit. It would come out perfectly. And then I would do another little nug, and then a little blood would come out.
Jeez.
That happened like 3 days in a row, and I'm like, I got cancer.
You gotta get out of LA.
I gotta get out of LA, and then it stopped. I stopped taking those vitamins.
You gotta get out of LA.
Sometimes vitamins are the worst things in the fucking world.
Well, yeah, you have to look at the vitamins are dangerous because of how they're making them. If they're not made out of like actual really good ingredients, and sometimes you take too much of something. That shit, you have to really like look into what's in the vitamin. You can't just take a multivitamin.
Well, I take like fish oil.
That's good.
Yeah, I take all
Vitamin
that
D.
shit. Vitamin D. You know,
Your B vitamins.
all that shit that they said about the zinc.
You need
to fight
zinc.
the fucking whatever. I take the D.
It's more
I
important to have
it's
mushrooms.
a whole package.
You got to get like those vital mushrooms, like those ashwagandha, the reishi, the cordyceps. You got to get stuff that's like, you know, like nootropics, like take care of your brain. Some of these vitamins you put in your system and the bioavailability is not there, and you piss them all out, and that's probably why your piss smelled so bad because they weren't bioavailable.
Horrible.
They went right through your system.
I've been off for 3 days, and my piss smells like lemonade again.
Oh.
I could sell it on a stand. You know what I'm saying? I could give a little boy fucking.
Remind me not to drink lemonade at your house.
Jessimae, I would ask you, you know, so you going to Syracuse? What do you got in mind?
I'm gonna go. My mom is. She's got like COPD and lupus, so I'm gonna drive because I'm not gonna get on a plane. I don't want to get on a plane. I'm gonna drive cross country.
Do you have to quarantine once you get there?
Yeah, so I have to quarantine for like a week when I
Tell
get
Justin
there.
to get you Oklahoma City so you could stop and make a little buck
Oh
come
yeah,
out.
but I mean,
It's outside.
what are they?
if you want.
Okay, they're doing outside.
If you want to, just a thought.
Maybe one on the way wouldn't be
So
bad.
you can make a little scratch.
Yeah.
One night, see if they do Thursday.
Yeah, it
call
would be
them up.
kind of fun just to do it during the time. Just experience it a little bit.
I mean, you going by yourself?
My dogs. Yeah, I've done the trip, cross country trip 3 times,
Okay.
back and forth
It's
from
fun.
east to
I
west.
like
It's
it.
great.
It's like the only time you really get to like do nothing and just zone out.
Yes. And you drive through Utah. Holy shit. Utah feels like another country. The way it looks. It just looks like you're on the surface of another planet.
We were thinking of driving across country, but then I looked at my wife and I go, let me talk to you about something. Let me holler at you. We've been in the house for 5 months. We got a 7-year-old that's got Spanish blood. The cheeks get red if she doesn't see daylight by 2. And we got 3 cats that are going to be going meow the whole fucking ride. And we'll listen to Disney radio.
Oh, you will. Someone will get
That
murdered.
music. I go by Indianapolis. Either you're going to drop me off, I'm going to drop you off, or we're going to just file for divorce.
Indianapolis, even that's like
Because we had the plan.
optimistic.
We were going to stop in Utah, Denver,
Yeah.
Indy,
Yes.
Iowa, Chicago, and then drive straight home. Something like that. I knew it was either Indiana.
That's close, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I told my wife, I go, I'm going to be honest with you, we're not going to make it.
That's a smart move.
I'm telling you right now, because that's 5 nights in a hotel. That's 15 meals.
And in and out of the car with your bags.
And you have to bring everything in at
the
night.
cats.
Because they're going to rob you.
Yeah. Oh, you
They're
can't
robbing
leave.
everybody.
You can't leave shit
Mad
in the
Max
car.
is out there now.
Yeah.
So everything has to come in with you.
Yep.
The important stuff.
Oh, the important. I bought shades for my car. I bought shades for every window.
They don't know
Shades.
They don't know what's
like those
behind
little roll-up things.
No. It's like legit. Like you, they put magnets and you
What are you
can't
going to do
see it
about
all.
your California license plate, fuck nut? You follow me? So you can put shades.
But
you
I'm
can put whatever you want.
gonna park in places that have a garage. Trust me, I thought about it.
You're going cross country too?
I just had my car broken
And
into.
don't talk to nobody at gas stations.
No. Don't tell
talk
nobody.
to nobody. You don't know nothing. What are you doing here? I'm coming to see my grandmother. She lives next door. Can I jump in the car? Not even for fucking...
Oh no! I don't talk to nobody.
Nothing. You got to be very,
I jump in the
very...
car.
My friend just did it. And she goes, it's creepy out there.
I have a bat in my
But the
car.
one night they stopped somewhere and that she went out to get something out of the car and there were people in the parking lot.
If
So
it's creepy, then I'll just sleep in the car. And
It's creepy.
Do
It was creepy last year. I
you don't wanna-
stopped
you don't
in
wanna sleep
St.
the car.
Louis.
You don't want to sleep in the car.
You can't. I
Park
stopped
your
in St.
car,
Louis
get
and
a
it was
hotel
creepy.
that has a parking lot with a security.
But even that, I did that in St. Louis, and there was a parking lot with a security guard roaming around, and I went into the hotel. I had all my dogs, put them into the room, and then I was going to go back out to the car to get the valuables so that they're not staying in the car overnight. I bring Carlin with me because he's a pit boxer mix, so I leave my little dogs in the room, bring my pit boxer with me just in case. And when I come out of the door to the hotel to go into the parking lot, there's like a huge garbage, like one of those dumpsters underneath a street lamp in the parking lot. And the parking lot's kind of full. And this guy comes from out behind the dumpster. It's about midnight. And you know that you just know. I was like, oh, this is no good. This guy doesn't need sugar. He's waiting to see who the fuck is going to their cars. He comes towards me and I was like, don't come near me. I was like, stop. And he's like, can I pet your dog? After I said, don't come near me and stop. And then I was like, okay, fuck, this is going to turn into some scenario. So I scrambled to get into my car, locked the door. He came right up to my window. And do you know what the creepiest part was, Joey? His demeanor. He was so low and calm. Like, why don't you let me talk to your dog. Let me pet your
That's a
dog.
rapist.
I mean,
Yeah, he's good.
I felt so violated. I've never been that scared in my life. Even with Carlin, that dude came up to me. He didn't give a fuck. And I drove away. I sped away. I got pulled over by the cops because I was going 90 and a 30.
Did you tell him?
Yeah, they came right up to the car. They're like, what's going on? You're going a little fast. I was like, some dude in a parking lot in your airport hotel tried to just like carjack me and rape me pretty much. And they're like, oh yeah, you got California plates. You can't come around here like that. Like he
guys gotta
mentioned
be-
being from California.
If you're traveling, anybody, guys, anywhere, if you're traveling, when you park, don't stay on hotels on the road.
No, you can't
Go
stay
into the
yes.
city, back your shit up. If you have a U-Haul, somebody's got to sleep in it.
And women fumble in the car. You need to be aware. Motherfuckers snatch you from your car.
Snatch you from your
because you're leaning. You got your door open. You're leaning over in
Your
the passenger
French poodle
seat.
on your arm.
You got your dog.
They're
You're
gonna kill
so
that French poodle.
distracted.
They're going to kill that fucking French poodle.
The poodle's done. The poodle's
done.
gone.
It's just such a shame that I've sat my wife down and explained to my wife today, after the Bully Busters thing, now she's like, oh my God, it's hitting our backyard. I've been telling you that for weeks. I always got a habit of going outside at 9:30 to drink a beer in front of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her the other night right out, it's the last time you're doing this. I go, because people drive by and they think you're a single woman living here. And if my car's not here and you're out here at 9:30 drinking, they're going to run you right into the house. And then they're going to have a problem with my daughter. And then I'm going to have a problem with you when I get home. So I suggest you want to drink a fucking beer, you go in the garage like everybody else.
Why does she want to do it in the front of the house?
Because she goes, I just want to go outside and get in. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's cars, there's people that are just driving in these neighborhoods in sets of fours in a nice Mustang. I see them in SUVs driving around at night. And it's like Chris Rock said, nobody goes to the ATM at 3 o'clock for money for something good. Nobody's going to call you for a kidney donation money
Right.
at 4 in the morning.
Right.
So,
It's never a good scenario.
you know, when I talked to the owner of Bully Buses, she goes, the cameras outside spotted them at 1:30, casing the joint.
Your place?
No, at the Bully Busters.
What's Bully
place.
Busters?
When my daughter
Self-defense place.
Oh, that's the name of the
Self-defense
place. Did she get completely cleaned out?
They stole a couple things. My heart goes out to her. So my wife's gonna, again, thank God for the Patreon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over there and give her a little something
That's
today.
nice.
My daughter's gonna go over there.
That's really
I'm
nice.
gonna give her a little dinner for her to take her mother and her
That sucks.
boyfriend out because she has not caught a break. There's people right now that are not catching breaks.
No, and they weren't catching a break prior to
She
the
has a
quarantine.
martial arts school. They bailed. So she can't, the rent is due. The rent is the school is due.
That's so brutal.
Somebody stole her cell phone the other day.
Ugh.
You know, it's just right now people are going through hard patches. And as long as you know this is a human being, what you could do is be a better human being
Yes.
to these people. Be a little nicer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Somebody don't have a mask on, just walk the other way.
Yep.
Don't mean you have to talk to them. Don't mean you who the fuck gave you a badge?
Amen.
Who gave you a fucking badge
Stop
to
being
tell
such
somebody?
a-
Just walk the other way.
Seriously.
I thought about you the other day. I almost got in trouble. I was at Goodwill donating stuff, and this guy was in line to go into the sort of shop, and he was yelling at people, "This thing isn't real. This thing is a hoax. No one knows anyone who got anything." And I was like, "I know somebody." I was just having a conversation, and then he's like, "No, you don't." And I just left because they weren't taking donations. But I was like, if he's in line to shop at Goodwill, things aren't going well. Why do I care? Like, why am I trying to argue with him?
Yeah,
Right.
No.
He's got it worse than you.
Yeah, no.
I was
Right now.
hiking and some dude screamed at me. Hiking up in nature. There's nobody around. Like you pass people once in a while, but you're literally 15, 20 feet away from each other. This guy yelled at me. I'm up there with my dogs. I go up early in the morning, clear my mind. You gotta put a mask on. And I like everywhere else I'm supposed to, I do. But I can't even breathe as it is. Regularly, like it's fine with the mask. I can breathe with the
I
mask.
just
but
got used to
hiking?
riding the bike with it.
Whew.
But you got to see the mask when I'm finished with it. I just throw it away. It's
Is it
yuckus.
filled with everything?
It's sweaty. At the end of all that shit, it's just sweaty. You know, look at the candles burning.
You're spraying that shit near an open flame.
Oh yeah, I always do that just to give it a little a little papuzza. You know what I'm saying?
What'd you call that spray?
I don't know. I got so many names.
You
for
have so many
different
words.
people. It doesn't matter. The vocabulary runs deep in my world.
Oh god, that stuff smells so fucking bad, Joey.
What would you rather have? And here, where's your mask, Lee? Put your mask on. You're
Let me see your
contaminated.
cute. Oh, look at your cute
He's
mask.
got his little Boston Red Sox.
Are you contaminated, Lee?
No.
You better not be contaminated. You're contaminated with cuteness.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that. Look at that thing. Look at that
Looking
face.
Good now and shit.
Yeah, but I can't wear this on the road because people will hit the
No,
Red Sox.
you'll get beaten up wearing a Red Sox. I lived in Boston for a while, so
Where?
all over a little. Actually,
don't know.
Alston.
Oh, right.
You know
the
Alston?
college area.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. They flipped cars when they won the World Series.
Oh, yeah.
It was like rioting and looting. I didn't understand that. Why
Out
do
of
they do that when
happiness.
people win? They just burn shit. Doesn't make any sense.
Somebody was telling me a story the other day about why people are fans of teams. Because they're losers and they identify with winners, and that's why. I was like, boy, you've been lonely for a long time. If this is what you're thinking about,
Because they identify with losers?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the fuck they were talking about. I don't even know where the fuck I was hearing this at. I think it was somebody's podcast. Why people are fans of teams because they identify they're losers, so they have to identify with a winner. And I'm like,
oh, Jesus.
You're too fucking bored. Just watch. They were complaining about the basketball isn't the same. It doesn't look good.
I mean,
it's burning up a storm.
Oh my God! If that's not a sign of the times, your candle is just done.
It's done.
That's it.
That's it. That's it, man.
Fuck.
Listen, whatever happens here, I did my time.
You seem
We'll do what we need to
peace.
do. Oh my God!
You seem more at peace than I've ever seen you.
You have no idea because the fucking the jeopardy is over. I look behind the curtain. You know, you got to be careful what you wish for in this life. Mm-hmm. I was very fortunate to look behind the curtain, and guess what? I didn't like what I saw.
Yeah.
So it was kind of perturbing me for a while, and now I just want to be a regular fucking comic. I don't want to have to worry about Netflix or ever talk about Netflix again or worry about nothing, none of that shit. I did my time. That's it. I don't have to talk to these people and be, like interested and not, I'm not really interested.
That part's just...
I went to a meeting a couple weeks ago and I could tell that I'm done. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm pretty much done as far as all that. Those people that we have to talk to you about, listen, tell me what it is. What's it pay?
Yeah.
Let's start
Give me
with
what's the brass tacks?
Let's start with the pay and then let's work ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Let's work backwards.
Let's save ourselves a lot of time. Because if all this is for low budget SAG, I'm going to hit you in the head with a fucking pipe.
Can low budget SAG your balls.
It's not just going to happen. That's $100. It's not going to happen. Yeah, but come on. You're not doing anything. Listen, I'm not doing it. So you're barking up the wrong tree. Right now, for me to do any of that shit, it's Gitas. You want to make me happy? Give me an envelope before the shoot. You'll see me fucking act like Marlon Brando. I'll be that Irish guy. I'll be the best there ever is. But this genuine shit now that they're going to put you through, it's going to change a lot in this town. It really is.
It already has.
I wonder how many acting coaches are going to go down, all those acting classes.
So many businesses.
Who's going to pay for that shit?
Those spaces, nobody can go and do those classes now.
I was looking at that theater. That's got a Felice sign.
What theater?
On fucking Lancashire.
Really? Right across from the 24-hour fitness? Wow.
Oh, no, that's a Potal. That's not going nowhere. That's NBC run.
Oh, okay.
NBC runs that one. The one lower. The one when you get into the theater area in Lancashire.
Gotcha.
Like 2 of them have Felice signs already. That's it.
I mean, those people are going to have to leave.
Money. They don't have the money.
No. So many people are going to have to leave.
Yeah. Small theater is done. So many things are going to, like I said, for you to shoot successfully, you have to spend money.
Yep.
So if you shoot
and have it incubated,
and they're all over the place, somebody's going to get sick, and then they're going to shut everything down.
Look at baseball versus basketball.
Yeah, is baseball almost done?
They're not saying it, but like the entire Marlins organization got it.
They did?
Yeah, like 17, 20 people got
Miami, that's a fucking cesspool down there. Just like LA is, with cesspools.
Yeah, people aren't listening. We opened too soon. I don't know why we're reopening.
Miami, look at the bar. Look at the towns that open. As comics, look at the towns that open.
Yep.
Florida, party no matter where you go.
They don't give a fuck.
Texas, they don't give a fuck. Arizona, you got Tempe, and you got
They're
Tucson.
open?
Tempe's open. Tempe was open.
Wow.
All those clubs in those cities were open. West Palm stayed open. Houston stayed open. Dallas stayed open. Phoenix stayed open. Tempe stayed open.
Jesus.
Nashville stayed open.
That's insane.
What are you going to do?
I get people have to pay bills, though. I mean,
I get all that stuff, but I don't want people paying bills. That's why I decided not to do dick until this is done with. I don't want nobody getting sick on me.
You told me that from the beginning.
I don't want. Who the fuck is Joe Diaz that you want to go see him anyway? How stupid are you to sit with a bunch of other dirty people?
And then to be the one that causes some shit to go down.
Yeah, to laugh.
It's not worth it.
Ha 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 ha! What happens when I go ha 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 ha? Everything but my fucking tooth flies out when I go ha 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 ha.
Well, sometimes your tooth comes too.
Sometimes you never know. You should have seen it.
I wish I would have seen
when
it.
she was grinding those teeth and all that pubic hair,
from the 80s.
Sometimes you eat somebody's asshole and the pubic hair gets
that
stuck
happens to
around
me a
the
lot.
tooth and you just leave it there.
Yeah.
But the hair
I got
is
6
inside
in there now.
and it won't even defloss. Like, I smelled shit. I smelled old meat. Like, it was just terrible.
Old meat.
Oh, my God.
And he's not talking about like a meat sandwich. He's talking about like pussy meat.
No.
Ass meat, yeah.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, you're talking
fucking,
about salami?
Like, something.
That ham and cheese sandwich.
It was terrible. But I sat there like a trooper for 6.5 hours getting drilled down the line.
Nothing gives me more anxiety than that, than having to be in a dentist chair for more than a cleanup.
She was great. She really was. I only felt 2 of the needles. And if anybody knows me, you know I'm a bitch when it comes to needles.
But those Novocaine needles are no joke.
Then I went to acupuncture today.
Ooh.
This morning at 9 o'clock.
Where'd they put the needles?
Everywhere to clean all that shit out of me.
But don't you have to lay down for that?
Yeah.
So you're okay laying down for that?
Yeah.
Because you know you're not going to get...
Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very good. And before him, I had her for close to 10 years.
Wow.
I was with Dr. Amy for close to 2006 to maybe 2 years ago.
Is this an acupuncturist or the dentist?
Yes,
And you've been doing
acupuncturist.
acupuncture for 10 years?
Since 2006.
Damn.
A year before the cocaine. Before I quit cocaine. And it was funny because she would put stitches in my ear. There's a click you could put in your ear to help you with addiction. And I would say, let's see if it works. And I would snort coke to see when it would fly off. And after about a gram, the thing would just go, it would just fly off because it's not going to work. She would fucking try to heal me with the cocaine, with the acupuncture, and I would go right. Tuesdays was my big night.
So you get acupuncture on the Tuesday morning, then you go do blow Tuesday night.
Tuesday was my big night. That was my big night. Monday was like an off night. I was like a gram just to get the blood going. Nobody gets their feelings hurt. Tuesday nights when we went deep into the murky waters. Wednesday, you take a little night off, ain't nothing going on. Then you hit it hard.
Thursday, you gear up for the weekend.
Oh, and let's say I was going to a town, like to work, to open up for Joe or something. Oh, it'd be waiting for me at the club when I got there.
I've never, ever, ever done it.
Joe would get off stage and go, "Where's Joey Diaz?" You ain't that stupid, are you? Ask him. I would leave. Pew. You could call me 1,000 times.
Pew.
That phone wasn't gonna pick up, and you could knock on my door. I'm not answering. You won't hear a peep in there. I'm in the tub. I'm in the tub hiding, jerking off, doing lines. Oh, I go in the tub. I was like Whitney. I would get coked up and go in the tub like Whitney Houston.
Oh shit!
And
Too
jerk
soon.
off and no
Show
hard
me the
on and
receipts.
fucking hysterical as shit I would do. People be pounding on
Would
the
there be
door.
water in it, or you'd just be sitting in the tub?
Sometimes there'd
It's a
be
little bit
water.
water.
Sometimes there
Little bit.
wouldn't be.
Oh my god!
No, I loved taking showers when I was coked out. I loved it. I would just
Didn't
sit in the
you
hot
used
water.
to lay? Didn't you used to lay and just let it run on you? I remember
still
you
do.
saying that.
I still do. That's why I worked Vegas. Because when you get work Vegas, they always give you the big room
Nice
with
bathrooms,
the big shower. You
like a
just-
suite.
In the morning, you have some coffee, do a couple vapor pen loads, and you go right in there and sit there for 45 minutes.
Do you
Then-
shit before, like a gentleman?
Yeah, I shit before, so you
course.
clean the asshole good.
Yeah.
And you bang one out. You relax a little while. You think. Like once you get in there, you bang a good one out right on the little chair they give you. You have to put a towel on it, not your ass gets pimples. They always give you that little stump with the water on it.
I don't get those.
In Vegas, you never get that in the
I
shower.
never got the stool.
It's a little stool. It's not even like a stool. It's built into the wall with tile.
Okay, yeah. It's like a little corner.
It's no good for
I
you.
shave my leg on that.
Yeah, you put your leg
so
up.
small.
I sit on it like an
a
orphan.
lady.
Yeah, like
Like
an
an
orphan.
orphan.
I just sit there singing Italian songs like Vito in Godfather 2. Like retarded Vito when he was young in the beginning, and he's singing little cancionetas. So I would just go, I'll go in the shower for fucking an hour and just sit there, and I'll bang 2 good ones out. I'll bang the first one's that thick cum. The one that slips, like if you stand up, you'll slip on it and shit. It's slippery. It's like
I've
a
never
horse.
myself. I mean, I've seen it.
I know you've been banged in the shower.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
Then they can't get their footing
I'm too short.
because
And
girls
it
have to
ruins
go on
our
their
it ruins our lubrication.
yeah. If girls have to go on their tippy toes.
You can't get us wet. If you're gonna bang us in the shower, don't allow our pussies to get wet. You got to keep the water away from us.
Really?
Yeah, it ruins our lubricant.
Yeah,
It deteriorates.
I was
it.
an asshole once and got one of those hotel rooms with the hot tub in it.
Oh no, you can't. No.
It didn't. Yeah.
Yeast infections,
Disgusting.
UTIs. Like it's in
He got
theory,
it.
it's all good.
He got in the tub.
Yeah.
He got a tub with his little runaway.
No.
And he
that was
came
in
back.
Big Bear.
When he
That
pulled the
was in
fucking
hotel.
mask board down.
Who's the runaway?
Pulls the
Lee?
fucking mask down to talk. The runaway, the Mexican broad. He took her to a tub up in fucking
Big Bear.
Palos Verdes. He came back with pink eye and a
Different
rash
tubs.
on his head.
Ew! Lee!
I was in Big Bear. I thought you could go to a hot tub. I never went to a hot tub where it was bad before.
God, all Big Bear hot tub.
What is what I'm talking about? Now you know why I sprayed. He went in a bad
This was
tub.
like 5 years ago.
It's still.
That bottle never ends. What is
Nah,
I know. Jesus, I feel
got
like I should be
200
done by now.
And I got one over here.
What does
too.
that say? Cum on it? What?
Ozium?
Ozium.
Oh, Jesus.
And then I got this one here. This is heavy duty.
Oh, God, don't spray
this
that.
is what you spray in your snatch.
Oh,
The homeless people get you.
what?
This has little droplets.
Why are you aiming it at me?
Because everybody got problems. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got problems.
Oh,
Jessimae.
Jesus Christ.
Jessimae, I want to say that you have grown to become one of my favorite ladies in this town.
Aw,
I love you very much.
I love you too.
I think at the beginning of the quarantine, I called you and you and I had a conversation that we made each other cry. I don't know what it was. We were laughing so hard. We were fucking. I called you yelling and screaming. And you was,
Because you were
we were talking about something that's off color, like
Yes.
off color. We were
To not-
howling. And I'm like, thank God some people still have a sense of humor.
You checked on me more than some of my family.
Yeah, I had to check on you because I know you're a single. I didn't know. I thought you still had the boyfriend, but he lived in Oklahoma. Or wherever
Kansas.
the fuck. Well, yeah. So he's done?
Yeah.
You fired him?
Yeah, I mean,
Things move on.
things move on.
It's time to start.
Things happen and things
The
evolve.
next one's going to be marriage. I feel it.
Maybe.
I think so.
I've never been the girl that's like, I need to get married.
Have you been
I need
proposed to?
Yeah, once.
And you turned them down?
Yeah, I was young. I was in my 20s. I had no business even, I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't have my self-worth in check, and it wasn't right. And he proposed to me. It's so cheesy at the top of the Empire State Building, but we were like on a breakup. Like we were already broken up, and he's like, I want to take you out. I was like, okay, when you do that sort of back and forth thing after you break up, and he's like, I think we should get married. I'm like, is that your proposal? And he didn't even have a fucking ring.
That guy killed himself right after that.
No, he's fine.
Thank
he has
God.
a wife and a child now, but you can't ask a bitch to marry you as well, maybe we should get married. Like, it should be a definitive thing. Like, will you marry me? And there should be a ring. You can't just hand me a cheese doodle and that's gonna be
I
okay.
called my wife on the phone.
You can get away with that.
I
You're
called
a
my wife
unicorn.
on the phone. I just called and said, listen, we've been together for 9 years. I think it's time. What do you think?
Where
She's
were
like,
you?
I was like driving. I was like, what do you think? And she goes, I guess so. I go, I want to marry.
Aw.
And she goes, you're going to give me a ring? I go, I'll go get it right now. We'll go after work and get it. I go, I got to call your father. I hung up with her. I never even talked. I talked to her father like maybe twice.
Yeah.
I called them both of them. I go, Mr. Clark, tell Judy to get on the other phone. My future mother-in-law. He's like, what are you talking about? I go, I just proposed to your daughter. I want to marry. Is that okay with you? He goes, I guess. That was it.
That's really
We
sweet.
got married on a Wednesday before Thanksgiving on Wilshire Boulevard at some little fucking chapel. We had the party at the Hollywood Bowl. We told people not to bring gifts, to dress like you wanted.
That's
we
great.
got fried chicken from Ralph's, pastrami from fucking Langer's, and something else. And we got pork from we got pork chunks from
Pork chunks.
El Cochinito.
Jesus Christ.
Tremendous
Pork chunks? Is that what you call them?
Fried pork chunks with black beans and rice, Cuban style.
They're
You do
good.
not want me in
With
your household after I've eaten that.
You got to taste these pork chunks. Too bad they're closed. I'd take you down there right now. You know what I'm saying?
Would you ask me to bring a pair of sweatpants? Did you ask your wife to bring a pair of sweatpants or shorts
When?
for the wedding? So you guys can go get your toes massaged after?
No.
That was after?
We got married on a Wednesday. How fun is that?
It's great. It's
First of all, I hated douchebags.
Non-traditional.
I hated douchebags that I'm getting married. Really? Yeah. I know you'll come to Hawaii June 1st and 2nd.
these
You're like,
destination weddings, sons of cunts.
Listen, you and your faggot husband, both of you can suck my dick on Hawaii, all right? I had an invitation once to a wedding, only in Hollywood. Some chick gave me an invite New Year's Day in Mexico.
Oh, fuck you.
New Year's Day?
And I actually called her up. Like, I was like...
Rude.
That's when I was like... I was still doing coke. I actually opened up the envelope and I'm like... And this bitch just got fake tits. Like, I knew her for years. We never slept together. We were dear friends. But she's beautiful. She just gets fake tits. Like, I never saw them without... I saw them with they looked in the shirt. And she got some banging fake tits. And 4 months later, she gets married. I get the invite. And I'm like, New Year's Day. So I call her up. I go, Law, not for nothing. Congratulations. But you're getting married on New Year's Day. That's the day when people are the most poorest.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, but I'm going to make it an event. We want you to come on the 23rd.
What the fuck?
Oh, you should have heard this shit. And I'm getting married New Year's night. It'll be beautiful and
I
all
can't
this.
stand
We have a
this.
resort. It's like 4,300. And I'm like, who the fuck? And I go, number two, you just got fake tits. Go fucking play the field.
Yeah.
Go shake those things.
Put some miles on them.
You're going to marry the first fucking guy with
No.
those fake tits? Those fake tits could yield you a lot better than what you
Yeah,
got.
you could get paid.
Yeah, you got great fake tits. You're going to get... You're going to
You get a
tap after 4
401k
months?
with that shit. You
That's it. 4 months of shaking those titties.
No, you need a couple
What a
years.
waste of tits. What a waste of fucking tits. And
It's like
she got
having a
married.
rental you don't use
She
or a
moved to-
lease.
Yeah, she moved to Mexico.
Oh, she doesn't know how to plan. She needs better planning.
Fuck these motherfuckers.
Destination
you know what I'm saying?
weddings.
I love you, man.
I love you too.
I'm happy you made it today.
Stay in touch with me, please.
Absolutely. And
You're
you
one of
called,
my favorite people.
And you're one of my favorite people.
You've always kept it real, and I've always appreciated anytime anyone's mentioned you, I've always raved about you because you've always welcomed me into your world, and I feel so fortunate that you've allowed me on your platform
Please,
and
you welcome
into
me
your
into
life.
your world. How's your little gay buddy? Send him my love. I love that motherfucker. Justin, that's my dog. There's two
He
gay
was
men
with
I
me
love in
last
this town.
weekend.
Him and fucking Eric. Eric the fag. What's his name? Eric Rocha. Yeah. I love him. I love him. Justin I love because he don't give a fuck
great.
if anybody knows he's gay.
No.
And you better check yourself with Justin because he'll take you to the deep end. You don't play right with Justin. Justin will capitalize on you.
Yeah, that's
He'll
true.
take out that fucking little gay fan, and next thing you know, Lee's rubbing your back, Lee. Justin don't fuck around.
And then, sticks the
One
pole.
minute you're smoking pot with him, the next minute he's rubbing your back. It's going to be okay. We won't tell nobody. Everybody does it one time.
Lee.
Even Joey. Really? Yeah. I think he got fucked in the ass. No, he didn't. Yeah, he did. He'll tell you whatever. He'll rub your head, the whole thing.
You won't be able to vend them because you'll be deep into your 2,000 milligram
Sounds
edible.
nice. Other than the asshole part, it sounds like a good time.
Well, have you ever had it?
Asshole?
Yeah.
No.
Well, then you don't know if you like it or not. You should
He's
have
ready.
it first
He's
and
ready.
then
They're going
judge
to get
it.
him up in Milwaukee.
Oh,
those
yeah.
Dahmer fucking little descendants that he left up there.
Ooh.
Those motherfuckers that'll fuck you and then eat you.
They're going to
Wait till they-
Milwaukee
wait-
right
wait
into
till
your
they get-
asshole.
Wait till they get a load of you up there. They're going to take you into some closet
Lee, are you with us?
and dry.
I'm trying not to hear these things. These terrible things. He says he's my friend. He checks on me at night, but then he says these terrible things I have in my
Yeah,
asshole.
Joe, you're the worst. You're like, I drive by, check on my boy Lee. You're gonna get fucked in the ass
Oh, yeah.
in Milwaukee, you cocksucker.
Oh, you think I'm
These
kidding
guys
you?
are gonna ram their pole right
wait
in
till-
your ass.
Wait till that gay
When I'm
community. They don't
checking
fuck
on you
around
at
up
night.
there. They'll fuck in an igloo up there. They'll take you right in an igloo with some Eskimos. They'll whip them.
I drive around and check Lee's alley in the morning, then your alley's gonna get fucked that night, Lee.
Oh, they're
in
gonna-
Milwaukee.
I check his alley every night because they broke into his
He's the
fucking...
devil and the angel at the same time.
That's why he's the greatest.
Oh my god.
I love you,
I
Jessimae
love you
Peluso.
too.
All right, I want to thank Jessimae Peluso. Always a fucking honor to have her in here. 2 more weeks, cocksuckers. You better appreciate us. Before we go, don't forget the church is brought to you by DraftKings. Download the app, bet when you want, where you want, and you don't even need to leave your fucking house, okay? How's that one for you? This week in Vegas, you got Anthony Smith versus Alexander Rakic. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook now. All new users get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Did you hear what I'm saying to you? A fucking $1,000. DraftKings Sportsbook is legit. They're based right here in the U.S., and your money is secure. Deposit and take out money anytime at your convenience. They have new odds boosts and promotions every fucking day to help you make some fucking cash. What are you gambling for? To fuck around or to make some geeters? To make some fucking geeters. And if the DraftKings Sportsbook isn't available where you live, don't worry about it. Listen to this. They got a DraftKings fantasy app. They're offering a shot at $1 million every day this fucking week. Who else does that? Meanwhile, you're out playing the lotto like a fucking jerk off. Nobody's playing the lotto. Nobody's winning money. You win money now. They ain't even got. They give you pencils. Go to DraftKings, all right? Right now, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and use code CHURCH. Plus, for a limited time, just for the church family, all new users get a sign-up bonus of up to a G-Note LaRue. That's $1,000 where I come from. $1,000 when you get the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code CHURCH, CHURCH. And that only happens at DraftKings Sportsbook. And here's the part the lawyers make me read. You guys watch Law and Order. You know, the lawyers don't fuck around. You got to be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania only. Deposit bonus requires a 25 times playthrough. Restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Do you got a gambling problem? I hope not. There's help, though. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Or if you're Indiana, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. And tell them Uncle Joey sent you. But first, let's fucking make some money, all right? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code CHURCH. It's time to make money. Just because it's COVID don't mean that you got to walk around with like fucking lint in your fucking pockets. There it is. DraftKings. Use code CHURCH. I love you motherfuckers with all my heart. We got 2 shows left, and I've appreciated this fucking journey. Have a great fucking Monday. Have a great week. Don't let nobody fuck with you. Kick this fucking mule, Lee.